Hello everybody and welcome back to unMadeGaming for our fourth and final game of our 12-hour marathon stream. We are here with some D&D 5e, first time in the show today. We are playing a module from the Rat Queens, a D&D 5e-ish inspired comic book, which I've been led to believe is some rude, crude ladies doing some adventuring things. And we're playing those ladies today. Can't you tell? With that, let's introduce our cast and learn a little bit more about the Dungeon Rats. We'll start with Johnny, a face we haven't seen in a good minute here. Johnny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about the Rat Queens.
Video Store Cowboy everywhere except Twitter, where it's VidStore Cowboy. The Rat Queens is a comic book written by Curtis Weeb, or was created by Curtis Weeb and a bunch of really awesome artists. There has been a long line of artists that have gone through. There's been some issues around that for the comic, but the story itself is basically four enterprising, swearing, sort of awesome characters who just happen to be female, but that's not really the important part about them. The important part is that they kick ass and get themselves into a lot of trouble and get drunk a lot. So I'm expecting shenanigans, and I'm expecting shenanigans from this particular group. I've played with these guys before, and yeah, you guys are up for the challenge. Like I said, just read your character flaws.
Perfect. If anyone's going to have shenanigans, it's going to be Courtney. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
There will be shenanigans, because one, I don't read Rat Queens, and two, I don't think I've ever been in any of Johnny's games, so I fully expect this to be an absolute shit show. Hi, I'm Courtney. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Courtney Elias. I used to be Courtney Elias here on Twitch, but decided I want to be a little more professional, though I'm still kind of an ass. So this should fit very well. I'm playing D. I'm some kind of cleric, which is going to be fun, because I think I've only played a cleric like once before.
Sweet. So. All right, let's jump over to the other queen of shenanigans. O'Day, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Yas. Hi guys, I'm O'Day. You can find me at Caution Nerds. I primarily do a shitload of D&D. I think like 4 nights a week. And I'm playing today Betty, who is a rogue that seems loves helping people and also loves booze and candy. I like this.
So you're playing you.
I am playing me.
Perfect. Awesome. And last but not least, Ryan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and who are you playing today?
I'm Brian, aka Rydom. I am playing apparently a female dwarf by the name of Violet, who is of normal descent and wants to really help out the people. However, everything she does seems to bring shame to her family. Yeah, sounds about right.
I am playing Hannah, who is apparently a tiefling wizard, a half-elf tiefling wizard, and my player profile is 2 middle fingers that says "get fucked." So I know that I randomly picked the right character, or that Johnny randomly picked the right, or purposefully picked the right avatar for that. And with that, I will remind you guys, this is still a charity stream, though we have smashed our goal. We're almost at $300 of our $250 for ALS Charity. As I said before, the ALS Charity is one that hits close to home. Friend of the show, friend of the stream, of the channel, of the whole community, recently lost his dad to ALS, and there is an ALS walk tomorrow that we'll be doing. His family is here, and we are raising money for his ALS team. So this is a closer to home than usual charity stream. And you guys can check the donation section down below for Nat 1s, Nat 20s, all kinds of fun things you can throw at Johnny to throw at us and help raise money for research and to help fund the cure for Lou Gehrig's disease. And with that, Johnny, take us into the world of the Rat Queens.
So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be playing an adventure actually written by or a module actually written by the creator/author of the series. It's called The Hangover. Given the fact that we're doing this as a one-shot, we don't have necessarily as much time. I'm actually going to cut to the action a little bit in this particular story. So we're gonna start with it's sort of in the middle a little bit. A big part of that actually is that the way that it's written is the narrative. The narrative descriptions are really interesting. So I'm just going to keep those in place, and then just describe things around that as you guys ask questions and get yourselves into trouble. Just be aware that from not necessarily a content warning, but this is going to be a little bit adult themed. So if anything offends you, blame the players or blame the writer. It's not my fault. I just picked this stuff. And with that,
You can blame us.
we'll get started. There it is. That old familiar taste of bile and the pulse up the back of your neck that only the paralyzing slash of a blade can deaden. You recognize the small voice in the back of your mind telling you it's time to wake up, but that voice is being a goddamn asshole right now. Still, you manage to force your eyelids open, letting a horrid light pour in that burns like 1,000 acid-based needles, and not in a nice way. Target Hannah. As you slowly focus, the white cloud of suffocating pain melts away. You find yourself in the heart of a forest that, for this moment, feels very unfamiliar to you. You sense a familiar tickle of overindulgence in your throat as the contents of your stomach slowly bubble away. Judging by the taste in your mouth, those contents are mostly ale, pipe smoke, and unicorn dew. You take a look around, discovering that your head can magically still look to the left and right with what you would call certain efficiency. It is here that you discover, dangling from a rope by his feet in a branch above you, a rather perturbed-looking human male watching you with narrowed eyes. "You assholes left me hanging upside down all night," he hisses. "My tears have turned to blood." You turn your attention turns in another direction as a muffled sound comes from a large wooden chest sitting lodged in the lowest branches of a tree across the way. Beneath the chest lies a shattered wagon that once held 2 broken barrels of ale and 1 barrel still completely intact. Thank the gods for small mercies. "Would you kindly cut me the hell down?" the stranger shouts. So there you are in the middle of this forest. 4 of you just sort of strewn across the grounds, kind of waking up. This guy dangling ahead of above you.
Question 1. What does unicorn do? It's in me. I want to know what it is.
No.
So I'm going to treat this like a Blades moment. What is it, Mike?
What do I think it is? Fuck,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to think about
Does
it.
anybody at the table have an idea of what unicorn dew is?
I don't want to think about it anymore.
I don't know, but that was sort of my first question.
I
too.
take it back. I take
That
back
was a
my
terrible first question.
I have an idea as to what it might be.
I take back my first question. And I think Hannah wakes up from wherever she was passed out and walks over to how big is this barrel of ale? Is this like a pony keg?
No,
full barrel?
This is a full-on barrel. I mean, so the wagon under it was a sizable thing that carried 3 freaking barrels of ale. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's big freaking casks that are probably a good 5 or 6 feet in diameter.
Okay, and it's definitely
Maybe
it's
more.
on the ground, right?
It's on the ground. It is untapped, and it is unblemished. It is perfectly intact.
Okay, so I think the first, other than this guy shouting, the first annoying noise that everyone hears is that of the wood against the wood as Hannah begins opening the top, the lid of this keg, of this barrel.
So I guess that kind of further jolting Violet awake, she would, stand up, brushing herself off, and she'd go, "Listen, asshole, it's bitch, not asshole. Second, who the
Asshole, bitch, whatever. Let me down."
How rude! Interrupting. Ladies, seriously? Is that how you ask for help?
I think that's when Bee starts to sit up and she'll stretch. Who's he calling an asshole? He woke me up. Why am I on the ground? Fuck.
What please he's dangling there, and he's still kind of swinging. His hands are bound, and his legs are kind of tied up on the rope, but he's kind of dangling there. Just want to please. So please, bitch, asshole, let me the fuck down.
What the hell did we get into last night?
I think as she's yelling that, and I guess Hannah's opening up the barrel, I just come up like behind her, like scoop, like find some cup. I'm assuming there's someone around, just scoop some of the ale out. And, like while drinking the ale, if I can, like cut whatever rope has him dangling, so he falls as I sip more ale.
Like the one that's tied under the tree, like that one. Like a chandelier. Just
Yeah, that's the way I'm imagining it in my head.
unceremoniously plops to the ground.
And as you do that, he falls a good 10 feet to the ground. He's like, no! God!
You said to get you down. I got you down. Chug.
Cut me loose. I need to get back to my family.
You
You're
hear
awfully demanding.
you hear like a splash sound, and then like a very refreshed, as you see Hannah has just dunked her head in the cool ale, and then like kind of pulled it out. I was like, okay, now then,
D
who
is
the
just
fuck
looking
are
on
you?
in abject shock. That's disgusting.
It's good for your hair.
I mean, yes, but some of us wanted to drink out of that barrel.
Drink out of the rest of it.
As Violet's standing next to it, cupping.
So as D
At least I was good, smart enough to get a cup.
Who are you? Where the fuck are we? Who tied you to a tree? Why are you yelling?
You assholes did. You jumped me on the forest road.
That makes
You
sense.
jumped me. I was traveling, to between towns. I was going to Frontier to meet my family. You jumped me. Why would you jump me?
Were you being a shit?
I think he was being a shit.
That doesn't sound like something we would do. Wait,
Unless you were being a shit.
is this yours? And she points to the ale.
Hell no! You had that with you. I'm that stupid wagon that you jumped me, tied me up, and threw me on here. And then when we went careening through the forest.
Well, now I don't feel so bad. I knew it was ours, so.
Were we drunk when we grabbed you?
Gods, I don't know. You were loud and obnoxious at that point, and you jumped me. You came barreling by, you jumped me, and it was done.
I mean,
you're
that could
being
have been
loud
us
and annoying
drunk.
now.
That could have been us drunk or sober. So that doesn't really answer the question.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know, and I don't give a shit because you just untie me, you assholes. And he's struggling in the bonds. Like his legs are bound and his hands are bound behind him.
Jesus, Betty, you cut him down, but you didn't cut his hands.
You're asking for a lot for someone we could just leave in the forest.
I'll walk over and cut him loose.
And he slowly begins to kind of move, and he's having trouble just kind of, beginning to climb, kind of stretch and just kind of get the blood kind of flowing through his limbs as you do that. But as you do that, the rest of you that are standing around the barrel of ale begin to hear, shaking and knocking from, and little screams coming from the chest.
The chest.
Actually, it's not a little chest; it's a huge chest.
How many people do we kidnap?
Did you have a friend?
I don't know. That thing's been making noise since you picked me up. It was in the back with you in the barrels of ale. I heard a scream or something at some point, but I don't know. It's been knocking. Can you just take me back to the road so I can get to my family? I don't know my way back to the road, and I'm not. Let's just leave whoever else
we
go.
are.
All I know is we veered off the forest road and we were driving for a while, and it was a rough ride, and then you asshole just crashed this thing. And he
Yeah,
points at
for our
the wagon.
driver, you did a terrible job getting us around last night.
Right.
I didn't drive you.
It's hard to find good.
That's what you said, though. You said you picked us up and drove us around, and then we veered off course. That's
No,
what I
you
heard,
picked
ladies.
me up.
I don't.
You picked me up. You jumped me on the road, on the forest road. I was on my way to see my family in Frontier.
Why would we do that? Who are you?
What were you doing walking alone on the forest road? That's how you get picked up. Bandits could have got you.
Yeah,
You should be thankful we weren't bandits. You're welcome.
Okay, well then be good not bandits and escort me back to the road so I can get back to Frontier.
How
My
much you
family
got?
You took all my money.
That's not a good bargaining chip. So at this point, I would like to remind Johnny that he did this to himself. You said, I have a game where you have free range to be an asshole. Well, last time you did that, we had to
like
let you
every
know.
game I play with you gives you free range to be an asshole. Let's be clear about that. But all right, so he's just like he's exasperated, and he's what and he looks and he sees there's a path, sort of heading off into the forest, which seems to be the path of devastation for all of the where the wagon has come from. And he just kind of looks at it exasperated, and he's like, I think that's the way. I'm going to start heading that way.
All right.
And
You have fun.
Bye.
And so as he begins to do that,
Don't yell next time when we're done drinking.
Eaten by an owlbear.
so as he begins to sort of stomp off, you still hear the rattling and shaking of the whatever's in the chest.
Violet goes and sits down on the chest. Does anybody else have a thumping in their head?
Let us out! Let us out!
I mean,
Us.
my head's pounding. I think I might have drank a little too much.
I'm fine. Dunk your head
I
in the
never
barrel.
drink too much.
Dunk your head in the barrel.
I mean, just drink a little more. It's fine. I'm gonna grab the cup out of Betty's hand and go to town.
Oh, I was gonna take Hannah's lead, and she said to dunk my head in the
Here,
ale.
here, Betty. And she picks you up.
I get a cupful right before you dunk Betty. You're just, you freaking heathens!
You see my head come out like mouth full of ale, like cheeks like.
Look at the size of the barrel. I only dunked her in a little bit of it.
As you pick Betty up and you dunk her in a little bit, some candy falls out of one of the pockets of her jacket just into the ale
That's
itself.
fine.
Hey, look! I made the ale sweeter.
Yeah. First of all, Eva, alcohol is a disinfectant.
I think it's D. It's not Eva, but
Oh, I'm sorry. That was from yesterday.
Oh, D. Sorry.
Sorry.
it's okay.
Well done. Sorry. First of all, D. Alcohol is a disinfectant.
I mean, you say that right as I pop a piece of candy that I pulled out of the barrel into my mouth, so
Oh,
I don't care that much, apparently.
The pocket was dirtier than the barrel.
it was.
Like you said, alcohol is a disinfectant, and I continue drinking.
You're right.
I'll after a bit, if the people are still knocking, I'll like get right up to the chest and be like, "Who's in there?"
It's me, you asshole. It's Larry. Let me out.
Who's Larry?
Larry.
My
Leisure
sheep's
Suit
name's
Larry?
Larry?
Did we find a sentient chest?
Oh my god, it's a
Assholes.
mimic.
I knocked
Money,
on the
let us
chest
out.
back to make sure it's not a mimic.
You paid us money?
Let us out now. Come on.
What about money?
Jerks. Come on.
There's more than one?
Are you gonna yell at us like that one guy did?
I can't breathe in here. It's ridiculous. There's too many of us in here. Let us out. Come on.
Too
You
many
should
of
stop
what?
yelling so much if you can't breathe.
I know
What is this,
you're
like a
taking up all the
clown car?
oxygen.
Plus, you've been in there for a long time. You can totally breathe. Larry, how many people are in there with you?
There's 20 of us. Get us out of here now.
Seems like a big number.
That's a real high number, guys. What could be stuffed in there? Like,
That's
I
a
couldn't
lot.
even. We couldn't stuff, like. No offense. We couldn't stuff, like, 20 gnomes in there. There's no way.
I mean, some of us are, flexible.
You
Not-
could stuff 20 smidgens in there.
The fuck's a smidgen? Johnny.
What Larry is and what Betty is.
Okay. Alright.
Okay,
Are they
I wanna
smaller
make a
than
magic
gnomes?
trick. I want to open the box.
Violet's sitting on the box.
It's true.
Violet, move! I want to see how they do the
I
trick.
was just getting comfortable.
Here, I'm gonna hand Violet the cup. Get you a drink. Move. By the
Do
way,
that. Dunk your head.
She
Yeah,
just
just go
knocks
jump
the
in the
cup
barrel.
aside and walks over to the barrel
Pull
and
the
just
beer
like,
aside.
how,
I'm
how
gonna
big's this
put
barrel?
it
Can I like lift this barrel?
This barrel is about 5 or 6 feet in diameter. It's mostly full, although Violet and Betty has been like really drinking pretty heavily at it, and their hangover is starting to go away a little bit. So
Best cure for a hangover: drink more.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's one of those ones you see like in the back wall where they tap
Yep.
and pour forever. out of
She's
it.
gonna attempt to pick this thing up to chug it, And we'll see how that goes.
Wait, you're gonna attempt to chug the barrel of ale?
Don't you
Yes.
don't you dare drop this ale.
Yes. Not necessarily all of it, but like a good couple second chug.
It's got a 5-foot wide hole.
All right, guys. So I let you guys go to town on this. I don't know what this actually means. So does anybody have a really good idea of what DC this should be?
I mean, it's gotta be like hundreds of pounds of ale, right?
That's a
Like,
lot of. That's a lot.
So what's
I'm
your
gonna see, like-
so here you go. What's your strength score?
He's got an 18,
18.
or she's got an 18. Excuse
Hold
me.
on. Let me do math here.
18.
The funnest
Oh.
part of streams.
It's like
Calculator.
how tall would this barrel be, so you can get like
18
the ratio.
So if the diameter is about 5 feet, I imagine that the height is probably close to or equal that, maybe more.
So
Well,
Adam,
Put
So
it
longer
this
than
way,
they're
every
wide,
100 fluid ounces is about 6.5 pounds.
yeah, 8 pounds per gallon. So you can lift a maximum of 270 pounds. So I feel like it's physically impossible for you to lift this thing,
Let's
judging
go
by
at
that.
25 and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, 45 doesn't
AC 25.
Oh, 25.
DC 25.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Nat
Let's see
20.
See what happens. If you crit it, then
that. No.
no.
Nope.
So you lift, you pull, and then you strain your back a little bit, and you just let it back down.
Yeah.
And you just
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so
Like
she,
the
she
barrel's
just-
as high as you are, though.
Yep, that's exactly it. So she goes up to the barrel and like she kind of tries to hunch down and she gives it like a good bear hug and she just
Does she get in the
And she
sumo
just smashes-
stance? And she's like, duh, duh.
and she just
Maybe
like
we need to drink more of it first.
sadly gives up and just like smashes her head into it instead, like into the ale instead.
Perfect.
God.
We're a bunch of
Okay.
drunk assholes. Like, I love it.
You are a bunch of drunk assholes. And so as you're trying to do this, you're still hearing Larry just kind of, knocking. Let us out, and you're hearing bang coming from all over this chest. This chest is also pretty huge, guys. So.
I'm messing with the chest. I'm trying to figure out a way to open it.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
I have no idea. Is it locked? Like, what am I looking at here?
Oh, it's definitely locked. It's definitely a locked chest.
Okay.
Hey, I can unlock that.
Yeah, Betty, you can do locks. You
Yeah,
locks.
I can do locks.
Yeah.
Can I try to unlock it?
Grab me another
You sure can.
swig of that and come unlock this chest.
All right.
Wait. Larry. Larry,
Yeah.
Violet pops her head up. Hey, Larry.
how
Yeah.
mad how mad are you right now?
I'm really pissed off at you assholes. We've been in here all fucking night. Are you gonna let me out or not?
You
How
want to call us assholes?
how nice are you gonna be when we let you out?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, buddy. That's gonna be pretty funny. Nice.
Yeah,
I
Betty,
paid
leave,
you
Betty,
guys-
leave that locked. Leave
Okay.
that locked.
Do you want me to just poke like a small hole in it so they can breathe?
Larry, duck.
How do I'm gonna duck. What are you talking about?
Figure it out. Betty's getting stabby again.
Yeah. Can I like take my dagger and just like slowly like wench in a little hole in there for them? There you go. You got oxygen now.
You can breathe.
Oh my god.
You begin poking holes, and you're like, "Yeah, you asshole! Stop poking me, God!"
I
Start
said duck.
breathing here.
Yeah. We told you to duck. Why didn't you duck?
There's too many of us in here. Get us the hell out. Where's the key?
One. Why are you the only one talking if there's a bunch of you? Two. I don't know where the key is. Mainly because I haven't looked for it yet.
Violet checks her pockets.
So, Violet, you discover a silver key in your pocket along with 20 gold pieces.
Hey guys, I have 20 gold.
I had a bunch of candy, but it's in the ale now.
No.
You
Oh,
can-
there's also this random key. Oh,
you probably get a few silver for that key.
it is
As you
silver.
were,
Probably is a few silver.
She's like weighing that in one hand and like a coin in the other. Like,
it's a pretty hefty key. It's probably worth at least a gold piece or more.
She goes over to the chest. Hey, Larry. You guys want to trade some money for a silver key?
I already gave you 20 gold to get us the hell out of this damn thing.
When did you give me 20 gold?
Last night, you drunk asshole.
Listen.
Oh wait, so we didn't.
I went
put you
over
in
this
here?
with the other guy. It's bitch, not asshole.
Ah, bitch, whatever. Just let us the hell out. You
Wait,
got the goddamn key.
how
You
did
just
you-
said it.
How did you give us 20 gold to get you out of there? If you're still in there, how'd you get the gold to us?
I'm so confused.
We gave you 20 gold last night. You were going to get us to Frontier. Don't you remember? Then you
Oh,
looked us in the
out of
chest,
here,
and
the
then you
location,
forgot about
not the
us.
chest.
Oh.
Oh.
Why would we
wait,
transport you in a chest?
That guy
Because we
who
were trying
was
to
hanging
sneak
up.
into Frontier.
Oh, we're not in Frontier yet, so you gotta stay in the chest.
You bitches.
Better.
See? Now you're getting it.
You're learning.
Johnny, where's our horses?
You don't see any horses.
I didn't think so.
You have a cart?
You do see... I'm sorry, what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just mouthing off.
Yeah.
We have a
But
cart, but we don't have horses.
Violet hands Hannah the key and pockets the 20 gold.
I kind of want to check my pockets now. Do I have anything other than candy in there?
So, for
You have candy gold coins. What's in the wrapper?
Betty, you find in your pocket a an ornate golden ring with a perfectly square cut emerald.
I'm
There's
putting
a
it on.
idea on both sides of it that feature two eagles flying in opposite directions.
It's a ring pop.
I try to suck on the envelope like, no.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh, that ring is on. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty.
Does anybody else want to take
While
stock of
everybody's
themselves?
turned away, he does try to, or she does try to put it in his mouth. Or she put it in her mouth. Yeah, I'll check my pockets. What's
Same.
going on?
Yeah, same.
You know, Dee, it's funny because as you start checking your pockets, you look at your outfit.
I swear to God, if you tell me I don't have pockets.
No, you've got pockets. This just is this weird new sort of stylish outfit that you don't. I mean, it's really odd. It's a traveling set of clothes, but it's not yours clothes.
Wait a minute.
Not the
like,
flow of
look-
attire that you wear. It's more rustic.
So I'm like looking through my pockets. It's like wait a minute.
Those aren't your clothes.
My pockets don't normally go that deep. And then that's when I looked down and realized
Oh.
it's not my clothes.
It's too real of a struggle. It's too real of a feminine struggle. My pockets usually only go in like an inch and a half. Oh, what do you use those for? Quarters.
What the? I checked my
So-
I checked my back pockets. What the fuck?
Who did you do last night?
I don't know. I hope it wasn't that guy that was hanging in the tree. He was a dick.
That probably was. That's why I was hanging in the tree.
Oh God. What?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I need another drink. Violet, where's that cup?
Who needs it?
Fuck it, you're right. And I'll walk over and just dive right in.
It's good for your pores.
So, Violet's going to try to attempt to think more. Maybe I can think more on what happened last night.
Can I roll to
what's
think?
in Hannah's pockets?
Yeah, what do I have in my pockets as well?
So, Hannah, you start looking through your pockets. You find all your normal stuff, your wand or whatever, and everybody else just kind of looks at you expecting you to have something, and you don't. There's just nothing in your pockets. It's then that the rest of you kind of notice there's something really peculiar about Hannah. She's sporting a really bushy sort of black mustache. It's a real beautiful sort of bushy, well-maintained mustache.
I mean, wow, that ale really does wonders for your hair.
Thank you, I know.
It makes it grow in places it shouldn't be.
I'm gonna pull my head out of the barrel and I need to check. I start to like check my bra too.
Perfect. That's where you put all the important things. Your phone, your
Yeah.
keys.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you are also wearing male undergarments, and you have none of the things that would be female accoutrements or undergarments. So
Are you talking to Hannah or D?
D.
I'm talking to D. It's an entire costume change, like top to bottom.
And inside and out.
Am I missing a little something?
No, you're perfect. You're perfectly
still
anatomically what you are anatomically as you would expect, but your clothes are definitely just completely different.
Wait. Did we dress you like a guy dwarf? No, wait, that's not you. That's Violet. That wouldn't make any sense.
I'm dressed like a guy. You're rocking facial hair. You're not a dwarf.
Why would I rock facial hair when Violet already has a beard?
I don't know.
Do this. Do this,
Ask your
Hannah.
upper lip.
Hmm. This is on my face!
That's
This is on my face! And she like pulls at it,
Like-
trying to tear off this fake mustache. This is on my face!
You really
Hey.
get used to it after a while.
Shut up, Violet.
Hey Larry. hey Larry. Have you seen my clothes? I'm not wearing the right clothes.
I'm not answering any of your questions until you let us out.
Violet, I really need my clothes back. Can you open the crate? I feel very uncomfortable.
Larry, I'm not gonna let you out unless you're gonna be nice.
I gave the key.
I'm gonna be nice when you do your job. You deliver us to Frontier. 20 gold pieces to Frontier. All
Right.
20 of us.
Well, that's 1 gold a person to smuggle him into. That's a lot. We must have been drunk when we made that deal. That's too.
Hannah,
that's
I
too
need my
low.
clothes. I
Well-
bet they're in the chest.
You're wearing clothes. Stop your bitching.
You're fine.
That was a really expensive bra, okay?
I don't think it was.
I really want that back.
Look, is it expensive when you buy it at the thrift shop?
I don't know.
Perfect.
Ask your outfit. It's called fashion, honey. Look it up. And I just dive back into the barrel. I'm upset.
So I believe it was Violet was going to do something. He was asking to do something. Like you were checking the environment.
Oh, she was trying to think.
Oh yeah, I was gonna try to remember more on last night.
Do you want to give me a DC 10 Constitution check?
17.
Nailed it.
17. All right. So you're starting to consume ale as you all are just kind of standing there pondering the situation. You still don't remember a lot about last night. Things that start to come back though are the crashing into this sort of area in the in the forest, and how you came over a log, and that was what caused the 2 of the 3 barrels to just sort of dislodge and start to crash and smash the wagon, sort of in its place. It was at that point that you all realized that the alcohol, the ale in the first 2 barrels was starting to just gush everywhere, and the 4 of you had jumped in and just started drinking. And when the wagon crashed, as you were drinking, 2 other things happened. One, you knocked the person unconscious who eventually ended up, in the tree, that you hung up in the tree. You don't remember what happened there. And the other is that the horses ran off, into the forest, sort of to a southerly direction. And as you're kind of thinking about that, you kind of look around and you begin to see the trail of the horses on the ground, and what looks to be the trail for two horses.
Do I remember where we got the unicorn dew from?
No.
Okay.
At least we didn't let the ale go to waste.
Nope. Head
Yep.
back in.
So I just kind of, I vaguely remember us. It must have been Betty driving. Honestly, just the ale was going everywhere. We didn't want it to go to waste.
Why are you blaming me?
Because you're a terrible driver. We go over this all the time. That's why we never let you drive.
Short. That's why you don't let me drive.
I know,
Sure,
but
you are a
somehow
terrible
you always
driver.
end up driving.
You're a bad driver.
That sounds like a you problem.
Well, our problem was the ale, so we started drinking it.
Makes
Is
sense.
that really a problem?
I'm with you.
it's getting drank?
No. The problem wasn't us drinking the ale. The problem was us almost losing the ale.
But
That was
we
all I
didn't.
really remember, though.
That makes sense.
Everybody give me a perception check.
-1.
Wow.
Nailed it.
I have a -1 to perception, and I'm drunk.
Okay.
Cannon.
Okay, so Violet and Dean, as you know, the four of you are just kind of sitting there, just sort of drinking, just trying to figure out. And Violet, as you're just kind of looking around at the situation, you see that in the distance towards the south, there are birds starting to take flight, as if they are being disturbed by something moving through the forest.
So something to the south is coming north toward us.
That would be what the birds sort of flying
Okay.
indicate, is that there's something approaching your direction.
Oh, hey, look, birds.
Hey, Betty, look up with your mouth open.
Hey, go fuck yourself. And I dunk my head back in the ale.
So while Betty dunks her head back in the ale and the rest of you are just trying to figure this out, you begin to hear stomping. Very loud stomping moving in your general direction.
This is like role-playing in AIT. Just
Hey.
AIT.
Hey, Violet, what is that? What does that sound?
It's probably just Larry in the chest again. Shut
But
up, Larry.
It's coming from way over there.
That's not us, assholes. Are you gonna let us out? Something's coming this way.
It's bitches.
Yeah, I
It
hear
might be safer for
Hannah, give me the key. Give me
it
the
might be safer for
Huh?
you to be in the chest right now.
The key. I need the key.
Okay.
I take it. And I'm gonna go open the chest.
As you do, it pops open and you see 20 smidgens sort of smashed into this chest in various ways. How they got stuck in there, you don't know. But the first one just sort of stretches and God damn, come on.
I
Help
told
me
you you're
out.
flexible.
Keep his arm out.
I'll help him out. It was like, okay, listen. Maybe there might be time later to be mad at us, but I don't think it's right now. So let's just leave the yelling till later.
Well, you guys can take care of this. We're gonna try to get ourselves back. Damn it,
I'm gonna
Paul, and
start
starts-
just like picking him up and out of the chest.
Well, so as you're picking him up out of the chest, the rest of you are just kind of, drinking or just kind of paying attention to what Dee is doing. Crashing through the south of the forest comes an ogre with 2 goblins strapped to his back in a backpack. And as he kind of crashes through, he's like, these must be where the horses came from.
Did you eat my horses?
They were tasty. Do you taste as good? You're a little small, but there's a lot of you, so I guess I can eat the small ones first.
It's a good starting point.
Mashing towards you.
Start with Larry.
Larry. Okay, everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
You said it.
Damn it. Yay! It's the only crit I'm gonna get tonight. Fuck everything.
Oh my god, where's the freaking initiative order thing?
Left-hand side.
Huh?
Left-hand side.
I know, but where? Can't find it.
Should be the one that looks like a dice. Nope. It's
It's
the one
not
below
opening
that.
up.
I don't know. I'm not a DM. I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I don't see it either. It's not. I mean, I see the dice, but it's just not there. I mean,
There should be one right above it. It should look like
Oh, the turn order thing. There we go.
There you go.
I'll manually add you guys. Forget whatever. Here, let me bring up these character sheets real quick. Yeah, hashtag pro DM, guys. Like I never run D&D at all.
Well done.
Shut up.
Like I say all the time, we're professionals here.
Why is the goblin not showing up? Okay, so hold on a second. Let me roll. Let's go this way. Oh, hi there. So it looks like it's going to be D,
Yay.
one of the goblins.
Shit.
Well, the goblins are stuck to a troll's or an ogre's
Yeah, I
head.
guess that's true. They're not immediately up in my face, so.
No, they're not. Definitely not up in your face. Sounds like Violet is next. Wait. What?
I'm not Violet.
Why? So I don't understand that. Why are there 2 initiative rolls from Ryan?
There's not.
There's
There's
two
2 Ryans.
There's 2 Ryans.
Yeah, I
Oh.
put mine as Violet, and then
I'm
Okay.
I'm Betty.
God damn it.
I'll change my
Change
name.
your name, please. Hate you so much.
Aw.
Sorry that Ryan was a popular name in the late '80s.
You know what? It's because yeah, whatever.
at least it's not as popular as Mike.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mike's just popular all the fucking time, so it doesn't count.
Goddamn right I am.
I mean, he likes to think he is.
Okay, the name is popular, not the
We should
person.
call him.
You hear that, guys?
Okay.
It's so popular it doesn't
Give me
matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
You're not you're not a snowflake.
Cuts too
It's that
deep.
collective. Aw.
Cuts too deep. It hurts.
All right. So,
Too real.
D, Goblin, Betty, Violet, Hannah, Ogre, Goblin.
All right.
D, what are you doing first?
Oh, let's go. How far are they from us?
Stepping pretty close into range, probably a good 10 feet away by this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I'm in front of the rest of them. I'm gonna step closer to the ogre, and I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
Oh, you are mean.
I mean,
I don't like you.
I thought that was
Okay.
the point. Okay.
All right, so okay.
If you weren't expecting that from me, this was a terrible game to put me in.
All right, so let me roll a saving throw here. How do I roll saving throws on their freaking character sheets? Oh well, fuck
They should
it.
say saving throw.
Looking at the NPC character sheets.
If you look at the NPC character
sorry.
sheets, it should say saving throws.
It does not save saving throws. It says actions and
Up near their
Um,
stats. Up at the top near their stats.
yeah, there's nothing next to the stats besides stats themselves.
Then if the stat doesn't have if it doesn't say like Constitution save plus whatever, just roll Constitution. Just click on the
There we
word
go.
Constitution.
Yeah, so sure.
Okay, wrecked.
How much is half damage? Half damage is 4. Okay, sweet. So describe what happens when you cast Thunderwave.
It's this obnoxious, like, run forward, and then I just, like, it's super anticlimactic. Like, I just clap out in front of myself, and it goes out from me.
It's like a swoosh.
Yeah.
Like an inconvenient noise. It mostly damages us because we're hungover.
Ow!
So as you cast it, it goes out, and the wave just sort of brushes, goes out towards the towards the ogre. He's stepping, and as he's kind of stepping, he just kind of loses his balance a little bit and twists his legs. Oh, that's a sprain. I better turn, and he does as one of the goblins makes its attack against you with a short bow, and does an 11 hit.
Nope.
Aww.
Sure doesn't.
Man. Arrow goes whizzing by you, almost hitting one of the smidgens that are just trying to unpack themselves and just sort of, kind of sort themselves out and kind of shake off their strain. And so next up is
Hey,
Betty.
Larry, maybe you should get back in the box.
I'm not getting. No, you guys are gonna lock us in there again. That's just not happening. No way.
So
Suit yourself.
D is not like right on them, right? Like none of my allies are like not right in. Damn.
No.
That means I don't get sneak attack damage. All right. Cool. Then I'll just drawing my short bow and firing a pop shot off at the ogre.
All right, roll it.
24.
Wow.
Yeah, that totally hits.
I hope it does. For 8 piercing damage.
All right, and so as he's kind of turning, the arrow just kind of slings. He's kind of turning because he's dealing with the effect of the thunder wave, and he's turning, and the arrow just shoots right into his back, just kind of pinning, just sticking right in the middle between the 2 goblins that are in the backpack, and they both look at each other, go whoa, and you see the other goblin beginning to kind of draw its bow, ready to aim back at you.
That's how you shoot an arrow, asshole.
You see the first goblin kind of give you a leery sort of eye. All right, Violet, you're up next.
yeah. So 2-weapon fighting, is that a bonus action for the second attack, or is that just one action to do both attacks? How does that work?
I think it's. I'm gonna make a ruling and just say that it's just one action. So rather than make it bonus, and that makes it more heroic for you. So do it.
Yeah. So Violet just kind of takes out 2 longswords and just starts screaming as she runs into battle towards the ogre's, like, I don't know, how big is an ogre? Like, pretty big, right?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it's carrying 2 goblins on its back, so we're talking, like, you know.
It's. I mean, it's essentially considered a giant. So
yeah. So going for its like its ankles, try to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And make your attack. All right, that is definitely going to hit.
At least the first one, anyways.
The first one is going to hit. Yeah.
11,
so we'll just take 11 slashing.
11 slashing.
Okay, so describe the attack as you slash across its legs.
So yeah, she's just like her own version of a battle cry. She's just like screaming as she goes and just does like a cross slash. You know, just like opposite ways with each longsword.
Well, so as you do that, one of them connects as the other one, as the ogres still continue to turn around and kind of, you know, stop and just do its thing, and the one slash just kind of gets it across the hamstring, and you get a deep gash in, and the blood is starting to flow, and it's clear that this thing is already starting to limp, and you hear, "You're going to pay for that," and you know, continues his turn as he's just trying to, you know, to kind of right himself after that thunderwave in this attack, giving Hannah an opportunity to make her attack.
What am I going to do?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
You know what? I'm going to use one of those spells you mentioned I had, and I didn't feel like copying and pasting, so I'm not going to copy and paste it. I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness. How close is this guy?
He is spinning at 10 feet at this point.
Okay.
Violet closed the distance. Betty and Dee did not as of yet.
Cool. All right, I'm going to make a D20 plus 6. It's my attack bonus. Kapow! A 10 doesn't hit him.
A 10 does not hit him.
Okay, cool. So here's what happens, because the spell still fires off, because that's how spells work. So it's a level 1 spell. It's called Ray of Sickness. Johnny, just so you know where this came from, this is how the spell reads. A ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out towards the creature. So Hannah stumbles forward, seeing him spin, and she's kind of reeling, and she kind of, like... and vomits.
Oh
10 feet projectile towards him. And misses. It doesn't go, like, she wants it to go, but it doesn't go. It doesn't go more than, like, a few feet in front of her, and then dribbles to the ground, and then she, like, wipes it off her mustache.
It, like, splashes, like, almost near Violet's feet, too.
Yeah.
She's like, seriously, Hannah? Again?
The spitting, man.
And that's why I come back to this channel, for the gross.
You're welcome.
All right, so...
Oh my god.
As that sort of like bile and, you know, vomit just sort of lands, and Violet, you're just kind of like dancing to the side, avoiding it a little bit. The ogre completes its spin and swings its great club towards you. Or sorry, yeah, Violet swings its great club towards you, taking a swing at you, making its attack. How's a 20?
Ow.
Yeah, it hurts so good.
Does it?
I don't know.
Come on, baby, make it
Just a
hurt
bit.
so good.
Take 11 times.
Sometimes D&D don't feel like it should. Make it hurt so good.
So the ogre just kind of swings in and just kind of, you know, as you're dancing away from the bile, you get knocked in the back with the great club, and it just kind of sends you, you know, running forward, and you have to step through the vomit as you're just kind of reeling from this painful attack into your back.
It's on my foot. She's like trying to.
Right, and so as the you know, the swing continues and the carries, and the ogre is just kind of continuing along with it, you know, just beginning to move. Betty, you see that other goblin, you know, in the back, just come into view, as the ogre is turning, and he fires that bow and makes his attack with a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
How about a little 5 points of piercing damage?
How about this goblin's getting some arrows to his face the next time it's my turn?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's all right. So the goblin makes the fire. The bow or the arrow just kind of nails you, and the goblin is continuing to move, bringing us back to the top of the initiative order. D, what are you doing?
I'm gonna check the distance on this spell.
Go ahead.
I want to cast this, but I don't want to fuck the rest of us over.
Oh, please do. That's total Rat Queen style.
I mean, you fuck people over in every other campaign you're in.
Right?
You would know.
Wow, that's
You would
cold.
fucking know.
Right?
No, you
Wow.
don't understand. He runs 4 games that I'm in. I play in 4
Brutal.
of his games as a DM. He hates me. Fuck it. I'm casting Fog Cloud. Let's go.
We all hate you.
Fog Cloud does fuck everyone over.
I know. You should expect nothing less.
I
Alright,
accept.
so that's going to that's that thing. 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. I want to drop it right on the ogre.
All right. Are you casting with a second level slot or a first level slot?
First.
Okay. All right. So you drop it on top of the ogre, and what does it look like when it just appears? Is it just like come down with a whoosh? Is it just like it emanates from the ogre? Describe to us what that actually looks like.
It almost looks like a mushroom cloud. It comes from the ground. Nobody knows why.
You are disturbing. You are really disturbing. I'm just going to say that.
This is why
now.
I've always wanted to play in one of your games, Johnny.
God damn it. The fog just comes out of nowhere, and the ogre just gets really surprised. It just kind of blooms up, from the ground and just kind of spreads out and kind of envelops everybody. And for Violet, who's right at the front, it's just like you get hit with this like cold, wet wind, and it's really difficult to see in front of you. Like it's just incredibly hard. So for the rest of you, it just kind of also hits you in the face, and Dee is the only one who's really expecting that. It just kind of whooshes in, and it's a little smile on her face. She's kind of proud, and that means the goblin is next. And you hear the goblin, on the first goblin on his back. Damn it! I kind of have to. And you start to hear, Violet. You start to hear the leather straps on the back of the ogre's backpack start to like, you hear buckles and everything start to loosen as the goblin sort of dislodges itself, but it doesn't land anywhere near you. So that's what the goblin does with its turn. Betty, you are up. You're now in complete darkness, basically, or you're not complete darkness. You're in complete fog.
So I'm gonna take a couple steps back so I can get out of the fog.
Okay.
I'm cursing at D the entire time.
Okay.
Me too.
So it's 20 foot. So I can't even see like the top of the ogre, really, can I?
Mm-mm.
God damn it, D. Why do you do this?
What? I'm helping.
By me not being able to hit anything?
I mean, that
How
sounds
is
like
that
a personal problem.
How is that helping?
Personal problem.
I'm holding my action until I can see an enemy. The minute I can see, I'm holding an action. The minute I can see either an ogre or a goblin, I just got my arrows trained on the fog until I see something. Now I'm just letting that shit pop off.
Okay. So you're just you see shapes kind of sort of moving in the distance in the fog, but nothing actually just sort of captures.
Yeah.
Captures your ability to. So that means we're going on to Violet, who while the fog is really thick around you, you can actually see more than the shapes, and you can see the one goblin sort of on the back of the ogre, and the ogre is just kind of, reeling from your blade attack a little bit. I still, just kind of moving around, and you're trying to head, back towards you, trying to turn itself back towards you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to, I'm going to swing at what I can see of it.
Okay. And so just for those that are watching, Costume Nerd pointed out that it's actually a bonus action for the second attack, but I'm just going to run with the ruling that I made, and you're going to just roll 2 attacks. It's not going to be a bonus action, so just go ahead and go for it. Sweet.
Does a 12 hit it?
Yes. So a 12 and a 20 both hit. So nice.
11 damage. Much as I did with the 1 hit before. Go me.
All right.
Perfect.
Where do you make the attack on it this time?
Well, at this point with the fog and everything, it's just whatever I first see.
Stab it in the dick.
So is it the same type of sort of cross-cut attack that you did the last time? Just kind of swiping at it?
This time it's just kind of more like one than the other, more so than a crit.
So with each attack, you hear the ogre sort of groan and just yell even louder. Ah, damn it! Just continuing to shift and just kind of stepping back a little bit. Feeling the pain from your attack, kind of trying to avoid the arc of your blades. After the first attack, but the second attack still nails him, and he just continues to sort of step back a little bit. And for Hannah, you hear him in there somewhere. He's taller than Violet. He's taller than everybody else that's probably in that fog. You just don't see the top of him because that fog is 20 feet high, along with everything else. But you hear him sort of in there somewhere. What are you going to do?
Wait, was that to me?
That was to Hannah.
Oh, Hannah.
My bad. I thought you said it to him as well.
I didn't say Betty. I said Hannah.
My bad. I'm deaf.
Hannah.
I don't know where. Cool. I got it. I know what I'm going to do. So I recover. I whip my mustache off. And then I just say, "Come on, D. Really? Fuck!" And throws her hands out. And magic missile.
Just in that general direction.
Yep. It's got to hit something.
Violet's gonna die, guys.
Okay.
Magic missile does hit its target.
So that only rolled 1 magic missile. Hold on, I gotta roll it 3 more times. Missile. Magic missile.
All right, so that is 14 points of damage. I'm just gonna say it fucking hits because I imagine that you're gonna aim up, realizing that Violet is relatively short for a dwarf. So, as you do, Violet, what you hear is the familiar sound of whopping as the bolts sort of hit the ogre, and you hear a grunt. And 10 of those 10 of or actually 14 of those hits the ogre and continues to sort of push it back. And for the first time, the ogre is starting to edge back towards out of the sort of out towards the edge of the fog. But the ogre is just screaming at this point from the amount of damage that it's taken and the attacks it's in, and it starts to grunt and yell, and it bum rushes through the fog. Make a dexterity throw, Violet. Or sorry, their saving throw. Sorry.
I'm good with these. Oh, no, not so bad.
Not so bad at all. All right. So you see the bum rush of this thing just sort of barreling towards you, coming at you, and the fog just sort of parts a little bit, and you get enough reaction time that you're able to kind of jump out of the way. D, I'm going to need one from you as well.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ooh.
Nice. So you also see the fog just sort of parting, and it just kind of, moves in such a way, and you see the shadow coming, and you're able to kind of just sidestep out of the way while maintaining your concentration on the fog.
Hell yeah.
And it's at that point, Betty, that you begin to see something really large moving through, kind of moving all of the air.
Yay! I'm going to take that pop shot.
Take that pop shot for me.
Kaplow! Didn't roll.
It didn't roll. What's up? Dude, what's up? Come on.
There it goes.
There it goes.
12.
Oh, yeah. Roll for damage.
4 damage.
All right.
Do I have an ally adjacent to it right now that I can roll sneak attack with it?
Yeah, technically D would be adjacent.
Yeah. I don't know why it's all moving super slow when I roll, but damage to pop up in a second.
I'm helping.
You're helping. Are you? I don't know. If it pops up, there it goes. 6 sneak attack damage.
All right. So this thing is barreling through, and it's just you can see that its rage is on its face, but your attacks just kind of nail it. And wait, is that two damage with the second sneak attack?
No, it's only 1 sneak attack. It just I clicked it twice because it wasn't loading up the first time.
Okay, all right. So the damage, or sort of the arrow for the arrows just kind of nail it, and it just it's just starting to trudge, and it's on its last legs. It's still standing a little bit, and it's just kind of twirling around, and it's just dealing with the aftermath of pain that it's sort of dealing with. It's stopped its momentum, but it's really interesting because it's just kind of standing there, and it's just starting to turn around. You see the big shit-eating grin of that goblin still on the back of this thing, Aaron, having its bow pointed at you, Betty, taking a shot, and misses with a 7. And we're back to the initiative. We're back to the top of the initiative. D, do you want to maintain your fog?
No, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
And
You go, Elsa.
fucking worse.
I know someone had to get that.
Yeah.
But does the cold bother you?
It doesn't. It doesn't
Let's
bother
see.
me anymore.
God damn it! Am I adjacent to the ogre? Am I next to it?
You are totally adjacent to it because it's still spinning.
Dope. I'm gonna. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna start going melee. Give me that
Oh, this won't end well.
scimitar!
Yeah. Sure. Describe to me what it's like when you take down an ogre with 1 hit point left.
I
Wait,
mean, it's as
what are you
awesome.
using?
I mean, I have a scimitar.
Okay.
So I think that's it. Like, I'm close enough that just on the draw, I nick it in the elbow, and it bleeds out just enough that it falls over dead.
And so it just has that sort of like,
Death by paper cut.
it just kind of, just wavers for just a second and just kind of, leans over and just falls face first, sort of in front of all of you. And as it does that, the goblin just sort of spins and just kind of rolls out onto the ground and starts to make a run for it, giving anybody an opportunity attack on this thing. But it is technically Betty's turn.
I mean, if it's running away, I'm shooting it.
Do it.
19.
That totally hits.
9 piercing damage.
Tell me what it's like when you kill a goblin, from the back. Like, pretty away from you.
I think I shoot there and it hits it like right in the spine.
Mhm.
Like, as it like looks over, it'll be like, see, once again, this is how you shoot an arrow.
All right, and it also falls. It falls flat and just continues to roll a little bit and just kind of falls. But it's at that moment that you realize that you are also targeted as a arrow shoots at you from the other goblin that was hidden in the fog, who was holding his action. And so he takes a shot.
Oh, you're gonna get yours too.
Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, scimitar is not the wrong thing. Yeah, and the short bow just the arrow just kind of whizzes by. and you hear the goblin curse and start to turn to run. Violet,
Dumbass goblins.
you are up, and there's a goblin running away from you right now, running right past you and away from you.
Yeah. Let's see if I can stop that. So I'm just going to do like a double swipe then right at him as he's running by.
Okay. Describe to me what happens to the goblin when you...
Crit.
Well, they're about the same height as me, right?
Goblins are... They're tiny. I mean, they're small humanoids, so I guess they're a little bit shorter than you, but not by much.
Yeah. So I just go like, for me, I'm so used to fighting things slightly bigger than me, so it would have been a midsection, but it's a little lower, so this thing probably gets its head just chopped right off.
All right, and then
I'd imagine too that the body just keeps running for a little bit, and then
Like a chicken?
and then just kind of
Yep.
stumbles as the head topples off somewhere.
and the goblin just kind of just stumbles and crashes, and the head just kind of rolls off to the side, and it just kind of lands up, like looking at you with this leering, sort of like angry, evil, like stare of shock and just horror. And you guys have nailed these ogres or this ogre and goblins. It's as you come out of this fight and you're just kind of like checking yourself and kind of looking around that you realize that the Smidgens, with Larry as their leader, are just kind of standing there watching. And when you're all done, they just start clapping for you. Can we go to Frontier now?
What?
Do you not see what we just did?
Are you really back on that again?
Come on now.
I threw up on an ogre.
Gold pieces to get us into Frontier. You guys did your job and protected us. Now get us to Frontier.
Can I get like a minute?
I don't like this attitude that you're having. We just took down an ogre and some goblins. Slow your roll.
Listen, Larry, what did I tell you earlier when I let you out of the box?
Yeah, fucking
Listen,
Larry.
bitch.
Listen, sweetheart. There's 20 of us and only 4 of you. It doesn't matter what you did. We'll take you down.
How tall
But
is Midget?
Excuse you?
Professional courtesy says that we paid you 20 gold pieces. You do a job for us. We're honoring our side and not, killing you.
I
You
think
listen-
we
you
just
listen
honored
here,
part of that job
sweetheart.
anyway by killing an ogre instead of letting it eat you.
Facts.
We were just letting you do your job. I mean, that's what we did pay the 20 gold pieces for. Can we get going, please? Hurry up. You got 5 minutes.
That's
Can
more
we-
than you ask for, Hannah.
Can we just
True. You got me.
leave them here?
You know what? Can I get like a team huddle?
I'm not-
Okay.
You see, Betty, hands up, what's up?
Like
Girls,
team,
conference.
let's say,
So,
come here, like
so-
team huddle right over here specifically. Right? Get this way. Come on, guys.
Okay.
And it's right on the other side of the ale barrel.
Everybody.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
On 3, and she puts her shoulder to the ale barrel. Ready?
I'm
1,
occasionally gonna peek over the ale barrel to make sure they're not
2,
listening.
3. And she tries to push the ale barrel over, hopefully with everyone else as well.
Yeah, sure.
Why are we pushing it over?
That Larry has a hot temper. He needs to cool the fuck down.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to drink that. Can I get a cup full first?
Yeah.
The cup's just laying on the ground, so I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna dip some out, and then I'm gonna lean into the barrel, drinking at the same time.
All right, describe to me what happens when you guys drench these guys with ale.
The barrel starts to tip over, and it's just a torrential flood of ale just probably sweeps through and knocks by the first 5 or 6. What are these things called again?
Smidgens.
Smidgens. Knocks the first 5 or 6 smidgens over, and they're like, oh shit! And as just waves of water. When you see a toddler at the beach, and the wave just boom! It just knocks them down. It's like that.
Yes.
That's what happens.
So the ale begins to kind of swash their way, and it just kind of washes over them. And Larry and one of the other Schmidgens just kind of gets, kind of bowled over with the first momentum and just gets knocked back into the rest, and they find themselves on the ground as you hear them start sputtering it, and they all start to scatter a little bit, and all of a sudden 18 blades come out as the other two are just trying to stand up and get their. You are going to.
You're not taking down shit, Larry. Shut up and get back in the box.
I'll say I grabbed some of the candy that was in the barrel out of that.
That's at the bottom.
Yeah, and I kind of sunk to the bottom. I'm like reaching down there, like eating some candy. Like,
I mean, I feel better. I'm ready to go to Frontier now. How about you?
I had a kink in my back, and I worked it out on that barrel. Get back in the box. Or, if you want to quit bitching, get back in the barrel. And then you have more room.
I'm going to high-five Hannah.
So
Yeah,
why do
I'll
you
kind of
guys
look
want
at
to go
you.
to Frontier anyways?
We got a job to do. We were hired, and we hired you to get us in so we can do that job. Are you going to do that job or
bitch,
not?
bitch, get in the
It
fucking
sounds
barrel.
like you're the one that needs to do a job.
Guys, I don't know.
I
if
haven't
you
been
wanna
paid
put it
yet.
in the barrel.
You paid me, or I paid you, and I'm good. I want you to do the job that you.
I
Let's
want you
just
to
go.
get
Come
in the
on.
barrel.
And they start to move towards the.
Hannah, do you want to carry the barrel? I don't want to carry the barrel.
We can roll it.
All right.
It would be faster than carrying a chest.
Thank you. I'm not just looks. I'm also the brains of this operation.
Oh, shit.
I have 18 intelligence. You suck a dick.
Okay, fine.
That was in and out of character. Yeah, listen, super bad on common sense. I got ideas, man. Okay.
He's rocking the 18 intelligence. I'm rocking the 18 in wisdom.
Yeah, you tell me when they're bad ideas. I'm just gonna keep with you a constant supply of ideas. That's what I'm here for.
Okay,
The rest is on you.
fair.
So the troop of smidgens, who, as they're beginning to walk away, you realize are wearing some sort of like performers' costumes, are moving up the disaster path back towards whatever direction the wagon supposedly came from.
I can't smuggle you in if you don't smuggle in this barrel.
We're not talking about smuggling anymore. I'm not getting in back in any box. I don't trust you. I gave you 20 gold pieces to get me into Frontier. It doesn't matter how you get me into Frontier now.
You know, he keeps
I'm not getting
talking.
back in the box.
He
or
keeps
a barrel.
talking about going to Frontier, but he keeps standing here and bitching.
Right? He talks
they're
about
sort of-
how we were paid to get him in, but he never talks about how we're
In
supposed to
what?
have gotten them there to then get them in. So, I mean, as
You
far as
have
I'm
a
concerned,
wagon.
we're still in the process of getting you there.
Right.
I mean,
Then get us there.
that part of the job has nothing to do with the getting you in. That's separate.
Was there a time frame discussed?
Yes. Today. We were supposed to get in today.
It's still today, Larry.
I don't
turns
even
it-
know where we are. How far are we from Frontier?
Just like
I don't know. I'm going to follow this trail back to wherever it leads, and hopefully you get back to the road. This is the trail you assholes apparently came down, because that's your wagon, right? That's the wagon you picked us up in. And they continue to move down that path of destruction through the forest.
I feel like some of the things he said were probably true. At one point, we were
Yeah.
in that wagon. I have a feeling it wasn't ours.
I mean, I don't remember getting that much ale. I'm not complaining about it.
oh no, not at all.
All right, Larry, here's the deal. I'm going to give you one more chance to get in the barrel. Because if we leave and you're not in the barrel, I'm not bringing the barrel.
Just keeps walking with the other 19 smidgen.
All right.
So I say like quietly, just Russ, like, guys, if they leave, fuck it, we still got the 20 gold.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
Guys, we're great helpers.
We're also out of ale.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah.
Well, I mean,
No, that was
I
a good
say
idea.
that they're just on their own. I mean, we can go to Frontier, and when they get there, we'll just help them get in at that point, because that's what they paid us to do.
I mean, we're probably going to beat them there anyway. They're super short.
Guys,
Hey,
What?
oh my.
that ogre had to live somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's close by?
It walked here,
That's true.
And apparently ate our horses.
and that.
Yeah.
Maybe it had gold. It had a goblin backpack.
I'm good
Pretty
for
crafty
gold.
ogre.
Was it just a harness, or was there actually a backpack involved?
It was actually a backpack involved, but it was definitely tailored in such a way. It's like the goblins helped the ogre figure out what it was doing. They were the real tactics.
So it was a goblinese papoose, is what you're saying.
Can I look through the backpack before we leave?
Like a goblin Bjorn.
I'm gonna look through the backpack before we go.
You find various trinkets and little pieces that are probably worth about 25 gold.
Yay!
This is already more than Larry paid for.
Cool. See, this was a way better investment. So we got 20 gold already. We haven't
Well,
even
you
gotten
know,
to
I
Frontier
kind
yet.
of feel
I
bad
just
not
found
helping them
25
more.
gold worth of stuff.
I mean, we were paid to do it already. It'd be just
Yeah,
Violet
way to make
become
me
the
feel
voice of-
bad.
Okay, right. Let's break even. Throw the money back at Larry. We already made 25 here.
Yeah.
Already more than Larry paid us. Maybe there's more. Or a horde of ravenous goblins that kill us. Or if we kill the horde of ravenous goblins, we can bring their heads back to the frontier and tell them we saved their town from the goblin horde.
And then we tell him that
It was
we
Larry's fault.
saved Larry
Oh.
from not only an ogre with 2 goblins on his back, but also another horde of ravenous goblins, and he's not paying up.
how about we
Okay.
only give them part of the gold back?
Yep.
'Cause we still got them half part. We got them somewhere along the way.
I like that plan. It's a win-win for both of us.
Yeah.
Me and you.
All right. So I take out, gave us 20 gold, so I take out 10 gold and give it to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I deserve
So what are you
this.
guys doing now?
Give the other 10 back to Larry. We gotta go.
Larry's gone.
We gotta go catch up to Larry. They have tiny legs. How far are they gonna go?
You guys have been arguing for like 5 minutes. They're pretty far down.
They have tiny legs. I'm gonna take like 16 steps and we're there.
And yell out, Larry, do you want your gold back?
Yeah, 20 of them fit in a box, Johnny. I'm pretty sure.
You start yelling, Larry, do you want your gold back?
Yeah.
All right. You hear from distance, shut up, idiot! Shh, get over here!
What?
And as you begin to move more towards where the direction where they were, you see them probably a good 100 feet in the distance, sort of crouched, along the sides of the disaster. They're just come here, and he just kind of motions you up, and you see that there's actually like they're all prepared. They're incredibly cautious.
What are you
They're
doing?
all on alert.
Are you trying to ambush us?
No, just
But Hannah stands at her full, like, 5-6 feet tall, looking over the tiny. Yeah. What?
you hide. There's off in the distance. We heard something. Go check it out. We paid you to protect us. Go check it out.
That's what we came here for.
Yeah, we were gonna
Yeah.
give you that back.
Yeah. We got you halfway, so we figure like a 10 gold split.
Wait, guys.
No,
You don't even know where we are.
Huddle.
neither do you.
That's the point.
Huddle. Okay, so let's hold off on giving him the gold back,
Okay.
because there's something up ahead, so we may be able to keep it if we keep protecting them. But we're just fucking off and going to Frontier.
It's very counter to the plan I just
Okay.
said, but that's fine.
So Larry,
We get to keep the gold.
new deal. We give you back 10 of that gold, and then you can pay us 10 gold to do whatever this thing is, whatever that is.
Oh
Guys,
my god.
what's up ahead?
I don't
Are you
know.
freaking idiots?
Who the fuck knows?
Just go check. Go. And as he's
Why don't
like
we
pointing,
wait for it to come to
you're
us?
arguing with him, you begin to hear the faint sound of voices in the distance along the path of devastation.
Betty!
Is this the devastation we caused?
You know, not that long ago, the 20 of you were all up and ready in arms to come after us. I don't understand what your problem is.
Right?
Are you gonna go check it out or not?
We were gonna go with not.
Betty, you're good at being a rat. You're good at sneaking around.
How many times have I told you not to call me a rat?
So
Go look up ahead!
Don't tell me what to do, bitch.
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 and then I said, "Bitch." But you said that though.
Didn't say that.
Actually, I am pretty small. Can I just like...
And you're the rogue.
And I'm the rogue.
Yeah.
Can I go sneak up ahead and look, see
All right.
what's coming?
So head through the bramble and the brush.
You want me to roll a stealth?
No, this is fine. You move your way kind of forward, right, and then head through the brush and the bramble. A group of rough-looking bandits appears along what you see as a road, and this must be the road that the path of devastation leads from. Is the road that you're on, this forested road. These bandits look determined, possibly concerned, definitely annoyed. In fact, the variety of expressions on their face suggests that someone has recently upset their lives with much assholery. They talk among themselves, and as you stalk quietly closer, you can make out their frustrated conversation. These tracks lead this way. How many heavily loaded, widely swerving wagons do you think came this way in the past several hours? Possibly 2, sir. There's a silence. I hate you, Alan. Shut the hell up. 5 bandits begin to trudge deeper into the thick woods, and as luck would have it, in your general direction. It seems that they're following a rather obvious trail that a wagon, likely yours, left behind.
Cool. Well, I'm going...
They're kind of just like, they're kind of staring in the distance and slowly just kind of picking their way along the tracks. This
I was gonna sneak my way back and be like, so guys, there's some bandits coming. One of them is apparently named Alan, and he's an asshole.
Fair.
And they look upset. Larry, did you piss off bandits last night?
I feel like
Larry did this.
we
Piss
could
off
have.
an Alan.
As I ask Larry if he does this, as the DM stuffs his face with popcorn.
I would too. This is a shit show.
Oh my god!
Do we know what Alan's looking for?
They're following the trail to our wagon, so I'm guessing Alan and his shit show people are looking for us.
I'm gonna just go on a limb here. I don't remember ever having a wagon.
I mean, I remember the ale because we drank it.
So they're coming right here?
Yeah, they're coming in. They're moving kind of slowish, but they're coming here.
What if if here's them and here's the wagon and here's us, why don't we just go this way?
I like where your head is at,
That way they follow and find the wagon,
but not us.
and then it's not my problem.
You telling me we don't have to go just left or right?
Yeah.
Wait, the world moves on a 3-dimensional plane?
Like, you remember that one scene in Prometheus when she just ran from the donut? When there was the hole and she could have just run left or right at any point in time. But she waited for the hole in the donut. Dumbest scene in a movie ever.
I'm glad I
One
haven't
of the
seen it.
dumbest movies ever.
Literally, that's the thing. It's like the donut from Springfield. It's rolling towards her, and then she continues to run until the hole goes boop around her, rather than just going, nip, out of the way of a rolling donut. It's a 3-dimensional plane. Run left or right. What are you doing?
This is not Street Fighter 2. You can move into the
It's
background.
not a 2D alien game.
Hannah,
Like
that's
that.
a good idea.
I know. I'm full of them.
Larry speaks up. What are you assholes doing? Are we going to take care of this or
Why
what?
are you so loud?
Oh, now all of a sudden it's a we thing.
You guys can stay here. We're going to go that way.
You can also
And
come not get attacked by bandits.
Yeah. It's called being smart, Larry. Something you're not good at.
You see a huge glare coming from Larry, and it's really a huge glare coming from a really tiny individual.
Well, I'm
Smaller
also
than-
a tiny individual,
Well,
so...
He's
I
smaller
mean-
than you. So.
Larry,
smaller than me. Well, I was like, look,
Betty has a point. You did hire us.
Mistake
and then
All right.
apparently agreed to hide in a fucking chest. Clearly, you are not the one that makes smart decisions. Listen to us. And that's going to be good.
You guys really just need a Hannah in your group.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with all of that, I'm going to need a stealth roll from each of you as you guys begin to move away from the
Until
band.
you don't fuck this up.
I'm gonna
Clank,
do something.
clank,
I'm
clank.
gonna do something to try to give us advantage, Johnny. Before we even look at those rolls, don't even look at them. So I have thaumaturgy that I think can make noise. Right? You create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice, such as the loud rumble of thunder. Right? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm going to make a loud noise, like maybe like the noise of a tree falling. Right? But I can make it 30 feet away. So I'm gonna make it 30 feet in the opposite direction that we're going, so
Okay.
that it will kind of hopefully draw their attention and also mask the loudness that is all of us.
Okay.
Does that work?
So then go ahead and do that.
Okay. Boop. I do it.
Instantaneous one action up to a minute. Okay, so what kind of a sound is it?
Like a tree falling, like that the loud, like the cracking of wood, and then like a boom, like a boom.
And you hear a yell as, "What the hell is that?" And so for each of you, roll with advantage.
Dope. Because I have a +2. Fucking
So
you shit ass game. It's all right.
I mean, it said as the rogue, I only have a +3.
Shit ass game
Okay.
with your shit ass.
So it would
So
be a
what-
20 for me.
So it was
I
a
got
DC
an 18.
10, so you guys are good.
What about Larry and his troop of idiots?
oh god.
Larry and his troop of idiots are trained thieves, so
Perfect.
rogues. So they move along with you. That was really smart. Maybe
shit.
we're worth 20 gold, but I'm not really sure yet. You better get us to Frontier.
Look, the more you tell us to get you to Frontier, the less we're inclined to do so.
I mean, you know what? Really, Larry, I could just shout at any point in time, first of all. Second of all, I definitely think that 1 gold per you, like 20 gold is enough for you. You're real annoying. Fortunately, the rest of your friends are voiceless NPCs that I don't have to deal with. But 20 gold for all 20 of you is super cheap discount price.
Break it. God, we don't break the fourth wall.
No.
Tear this down.
And I'm pretty sure that we didn't really talk about terms and services, but I'm telling you right now, you keep annoying us and we're going to have to start taxing you more.
Yeah.
So as
I
this
have a
conversation
count of interest. I can count interest up.
interest, really?
Interest rates. Let's do this.
So as you guys are moving away, what are you heading towards the road, or are you continuing through the forest in that direction?
We're headed like, so if here's the road, we're parallel to the road, I assume.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna continue parallel to the road.
So you feel like what you did was you get a fair distance away, and then you hear some yelling and screaming. Hey, assholes! They're over here! They're walking this way! They're trying to sneak through the forest! It sounds like a familiar voice. The familiar voice of that family man that you let go. And you hear a little bit of rustling and screaming, "What? Boss, where are they?" And you hear some trampling coming behind you. Probably a good 250 feet away at this point. Where do you...
Do we run?
Hey guys, I have an idea. Remember earlier, fog cloud maybe wasn't such a good idea?
I think that's a
Maybe
good
it's
idea.
now.
You know what? For once, I agree with you.
Well, the other option is the strip, and let me tell you, this armor takes way too long to take off.
Wait, I have an idea.
Another
Okay.
one?
Yes.
Another one. He's full of them. She's full.
That's our Hannah.
I don't really.
Good job.
Johnny, what do I know about Frontier and how much do I care?
Very
all
Mike question.
Frontier. You just happens to be one of the towns that you've gotten drunk in, thrown out, been allowed back in because you've saved them from goblins, been thrown out again, and then kind of been allowed back in after you did something else last.
Perfect.
One of us may or may not have had an ex-boyfriend named Alan from there.
Yeah. Hannah high fives
Oh,
D.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Hannah high fives D and says, "I like where your head's at."
Okay.
Vroom, 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 and launches firebolts into the woods.
Well,
Smoke's
With what
darker than
intent-
fog.
With what intent specifically to create basically smoke cover?
Yeah, oh no, a forest fire, Johnny. I've seen California. I know this works.
Only we can
Jesus
start forest
Christ.
fires. I mean, wait.
start looking around.
Best case
See, everything
scenario,
gets
smoke
fired.
screen. Worst case scenario, the fire takes them out. Not my problem. I feel like I've nailed the heart of this game.
So, as you begin to fire these things off, these fire bolts off, you hear screams of fear and frustration. They start to panic, but they're still determined until there is a wall of flames just erupting from the various sort of the various trees around. Immediately, you hear Larry exclaim, "What the fuck are you? God damn you! You gonna kill us?"
No, we're fine.
And
Fire's going
run
that way.
to the road.
Yeah, we're moving away from the fire.
Run.
This is where you use your short little legs and go.
Move that ass.
Listen, you could have avoided all this if you just got in the barrel.
You know, left us in the
Yeah.
fucking barrel, and they keep running. Now, what is the rest of you doing as Hannah has just basically lit the forest on fire?
I'm gonna
Well,
high
one,
five
I'm applauding Hannah, like, bravo. And then I start to go the opposite direction of the fire.
Okay.
Casually moving.
Yeah, staying behind all the other assholes that are 20 smidgens, because I don't like them. Mainly Larry, but at this point, they're guilty by association.
So, yes, they may be. Hannah, you were a little too good at your job. The forest is starting to really, catch. The
That's a future us problem.
It's absolutely someone else's problem.
So here's the thing, right? The forest is really starting to catch the leaves and the various sort of foliage on the ground is also starting to catch. You guys are casually walking away thinking that this is, you got this covered. Your flank is, just no problem. You're good to go. But then you begin to feel the heat at your back a little bit. You're just like, the fire must be getting bigger. But at some point, you start to see embers just sort of dance around you, and you look up and you realize that the forest is really starting to catch very quickly. What do you guys want to do?
Probably start running at this
Yeah.
point.
I'd probably jump on Violet's back because I think she can carry me, and let's go.
The two of us make one.
What direction? Do you continue to head through the forest, or do you hit the road?
I say we hit the road, but I'm also wanting to know: do we hear the screams of agony from the bandits? That is what's
No.
most important.
My guess is they're on the road, waiting for us.
No. So you make your way towards the bandit, or you make their way towards the road. The bandits are nowhere to be seen. There is definitely some craziness going on, behind you in respect to the forest. But as you get to the road, you realize that the road is wide enough and that the foliage is sort of like far distance enough apart that it hasn't jumped the road and started to catch on the other side of the forest yet. So for the moment, you're safe. But as you're just kind of standing there awestruck and gawking at Hannah's work, the forest in front of you just starts to become aflame. And as you begin to move down the road, it continues on for a distance, and then there's a large stream that you cross, and there's a bridge that you cross over, and it doesn't jump that at this point. But as you're kind of looking back, you realize looking up that the forest fire the smoke is just sort of billowing into the sky in this big column, and it can be seen for miles and miles and miles.
I feel like it's like that shot of like all of us. You see all of our backs. We're all just looking at the fire, and it's like it's a good day.
That was an extremely effective smokescreen. Larry,
Good job, Hannah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll just all have to blame the bandits for this.
Yeah. If anybody asked questions, it was the bandits.
I
Definitely
saw them. The
wasn't us.
bandits had a cart full of like barrels, and it went careening through the forest and exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
damnedest
the way I
thing.
saw it.
Damnedest thing. Something.
Ew.
There was an ogre involved.
Something.
And goblins with flaming arrows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. So you continue along the road, forest fire in the distance behind you. You pass the road sign indicating that the outhouse of a town known as Frontier lies 5 miles ahead of you. You spot a figure in the distance. Despite the vista of the sparkling ocean thrashing against the cliff shores in the distance, you can't help but watch as the stranger as he draws even closer to you. In fact, the closer you get, the more familiar the figure becomes. In no small part due to the fact that you half recognize the patchwork assembling of women's clothes he's wearing. The figure's arms are crossed, and he scowls as you draw close. Ah, perfect.
D, I think you know him.
I say, D, is that who you did last night?
Wait, what, Johnny?
He says, perfect. Couldn't you well enough leave alone, eh? Come back for a second round of good old Dick the Wood Dirk, eh? Let's hope the heavens that I don't repeat my mistakes from last night's word circle Dirk. Double or nothing? And the question I have for you ladies is forward or backward?
I'm trying to figure out if your name is Dick the Wood Dirk or if we dicked your wood dirk.
I'm trying to figure out why he's got my clothes.
Also, yes.
Why?
Probably because you dicked Dirk. But I mean, I'm really confused by this.
We don't
Question
know
the
that
second.
for sure.
Question the second. What the fuck did you just say?
So he mentions an interesting game that is played in the world, and it is called Circle Dirk.
Sure it is.
Here's the
Circle Dirk.
Dirk.
Circle Dirk.
description of Circle Dirk.
I've heard tales of this Circle Dirk.
I've been to a circle dirk or two in my day.
I
Well, I
bet you
imagine
have,
all your
Hannah.
military service. It's more than
Yeah.
just once.
Bet he didn't learn it from nowhere.
I circle dirk around once a week.
Yeah, man, it's got bodies.
Okay, here's what Circle Dirk is.
I got hose.
So it's a word contest in which bets are laid on the ability of another person to correctly spell a challenge word forward or backward. If even a single letter is wrong, the competitor loses.
So how did they switch clothes then?
Apparently, Dick the word Dirk or the Circle Dirk, whatever. Yeah, his name is what is he called? He is
Dick the Wood
Dick.
Dirk.
Dick the Wood Dirk, whatever. Apparently, he lost last night, according to what he's telling you. So
But if
he's challenging you
lost,
to do a Circle Dirk.
if
I mean,
you
he's got your
lost
clothes. Let's hear it.
last night, why did I lose my clothes?
You won. I have to wear this terrible outfit. You were drunk and challenging me, and I.
Terrible outfit! Are you kidding me?
You
And
serious
I'm
right
like,
now?
I draw my scimitar.
Really?
D, put that away.
Dick, that's fashion.
Look it up.
Ask Larry.
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't like to admit that he thinks it's comfortable.
He doesn't want to admit that he feels pretty.
It breathes so much.
So are we gonna do this again? I mean, it's double or nothing, right? I'll take both outfits, or you take both outfits. Whatever it takes. We're just gonna.
How about
My
we just
dick
do this
is so
easily
fine.
and you guys switch clothes back?
Yeah. I don't want to see you in no outfit.
Yeah, please, Dick, stay
And I don't
covered.
want to see D in no outfit. I've seen that shit before. I don't need to see it again.
Okay. So you take up his challenge.
No, we're offering a new
No,
challenge.
we're
Just
trying to
switch clothes.
Just give me
Yeah.
my fucking clothes back.
You
Yeah.
win. You don't have to wear the dress anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
My dignity is on the line. You beat me. I want a chance to win my clothes back fair and square.
Dick, I'm gonna level with you real quick. You can give her clothes back and dress like a man, and no one will know. Or you can walk into Frontier dressed like a pretty lady.
kind of looks at you shrewdly.
Look, Hannah, we don't kink shame here.
I don't care. Just 6 on one, half dozen on the other. To me, you can dress like a lady if you want to dress like a lady. That's your deal, man. But if you're talking about dignity, I feel like the easiest way to save face is to put on man pants, literally, and just walk into town like nothing ever happened.
We won't tell if you won't.
But I will know. That's the problem.
Well, and then
Well,
the whole
that's-
town's
that's
gonna
your
know
problem.
with you in a dress. Not my problem. D, we should just watch this happen. We'll buy you new. We just found a gold in the woods. We'll buy you a new outfit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: Are you popular in Frontier, Dick?
You get around, Dick?
Do not a lot of people know who you are?
Do people in Frontier like Dick?
Who would you say in Frontier likes Dick the most?
Because
Not the four of us.
We could just as easily
It's definitely
as we
not me.
enter into Frontier, question everybody as to why this Dick gentleman is dressed as a lady outside of town.
He just keeps staring at you. Just keeps looking at you. Just shaking his head.
World
We
famous word, Dirk. Now town pervert. Well,
Nice knowing you, Dick.
He shakes his head, begins to walk past you, and each of you kind of just turn and look as he begins to walk, and you see that he just slowly is taking off one piece of Dee's clothes at a time, balling them up, and just throwing them into the distance. Doing the same thing again, into the distance. And he
I
just
thought you
keeps-
were going to say he was strutting his stuff.
Yeah, I did too. I'm
And
gonna
he's
go
like-
start collecting my clothes. What a dick!
for the record, guys, never again say that I can't talk a man out of his clothes.
Someone fucking...
Somebody clip the shit out of that, please. Never again tell me that I can't talk a man out of his clothes. Fucking nailed it.
Mike tries to talk me out of my clothes every night.
Phew, you goddamn right.
So D, as you're beginning to make your way to grab all of your clothes, you see a familiar band of 20 smidgens walking in your direction. Damn it! Glad we finally found you. Are you gonna? Frontier's just up there. Are we gonna go do this or not?
Yeah, it's right this
We've been
way.
waiting
Just
for
let me get My
you.
clothes.
Yeah, where have you been, you dick?
This dick stole my clothes.
We keep going over this. You paid us to get you in. You said nothing about getting you there.
Or how we get you there.
Like,
And you see that just there it is. Let's go. I want to get this done. I'm tired of this. Can we just be done?
contracts, Larry. Contracts.
Yeah, I'll be right back, and I'm gonna step under the bridge and put on all my clothes.
Did you bring the box, Larry?
No, you're gonna figure out another way to get us in. I don't know what the.
We had
Just
a
get
way.
it done, all
We
right?
were supposed to bring it.
We paid you the gold. Get it done.
I'm gonna hold on to the clothes that I just took off. I have an idea.
Great.
Let's get there first.
So we head to the town.
So as you approach the edge of the dog turd known as Frontier, with its manure-stained thatched roofs and equally stained people, Larry and his team of curious circus performers come to an abrupt stop. His somewhat joyful demeanor changes as he plants, and he hasn't had a joyful demeanor, I apologize, changes as he plants his fist on the pommel of a short sword at his side. Now let's talk about what you owe us. We paid you to sneak us into this burg. You never delivered.
Now
I
hold on.
We're
Give
here
me a
now,
minute.
and we
We're
need to
here
get you
now?
in still. So
Like I said earlier, I have an idea. I know normally this is Hannah's area of expertise, but I think you'll like this. I'm gonna throw the clothes at them. And I'm
What do you
gonna
want us
say,
to do with this?
put it on. It's about to
Yes!
get foggy in here.
Wait,
What?
what?
Trust me.
Oh.
No, I think
Yes.
know.
What you do is, okay, look, so here's what we're going to do. Take one of you, boop, and you're going to be the legs on this leg. And then one stacks on top, and then one stacks on top. And that's 3 in one leg, 3 in the other leg. Then you get, like, what, a good, 6 to operate the chest? Another 2 at least for the arms? And then, Larry, you can be the loud, talking mouth. That's at least 10 of you.
You know what? You're not an asshole. You're not a bitch. You're an idiot. Looks back at D.
Says the person that hired us.
Well, that's funny. Blade comes out. You're going to do something for me that I can't seem to do because you won't sneak us into...
I just gave you the plan.
Can I kick him?
Beggars can't be choosers.
I just want to kick him.
Right?
I do too.
Make your roll.
Johnny, what's the town gate look like?
There really isn't one.
I guess that's
It's a-
just a strength check, right?
Make an attack roll with a kid.
Violet,
A melee attack, I guess.
we don't have to be violent yet.
Drop Fog Cloud and just have him walk right in.
Yeah.
You critted that shit.
I did.
You
my
fucking
God.
critted. So you critted it with your battle axe. All right, sure, okay.
Just like you golf him.
Larry.
You just golf him.
You kick Larry in the balls. He goes, oh, and he's a smidgen, and he's not very tall even for a smidgen. So you don't have to kick very far. It's almost like you have to move your foot up a little bit because even though he's small, I mean you're small, he's smaller. But he goes, and he just kind of leans over to the side.
That's the quietest I've ever heard him be.
Now, who wants to be the talky mouth?
And another smidgen steps up, kind of looks at him, and motions to a couple of the other smidgens, and they tie him up. And you look at the smidgen at first, and you realize that there's something off about this particular smidgen. It's when you realize that it's a female smidgen who has just kind of hid her sex and just kind of hidden in the crowd. It's all about her costume and everything else, and she just kind of relaxes a little bit. But I'm sorry, he's a smart guy. Just sometimes he just can't. Look, we got kicked out of town last night.
Oh.
We did.
That's okay. We've done that too.
Yeah, well, we got ourselves into a little bit of trouble, and we owe some money to some people. We gave you the 20 gold because we thought that you would be reliable, and that didn't work out for us. Our bad.
I mean,
Yet.
We tried giving it back.
yet.
Hold on. Hold on. Listen. The reason we're here is there's something we need. It's something we need to grab. It's a golden statue. If you help us grab it, it's part of a debt that we, it's going to give us enough money to pay for a debt that we owe as a group. And then I don't have to work with this asshole anymore. We can move on. I can go on with my life. I can go back and start my floral shop, that I've been wanting to. I'm indebted. All right. I got this in trouble. Can you help a girl out? By the way, I'm Brianna. And she just raises her little hand out to Betty and just to shake. And Betty, you realize that she's about your stat.
Oh.
Oh.
I take her hand and be like, why haven't you been the one that's been talking to us?
Yeah.
She kind of smiles at you shyly. And she says, well, he is the leader, and we'll get to that later. I'm really sorry. So
as I kind of look over the rest of the smidgens, are they all women?
No, but they are all not assholes.
Okay.
They're Larry is the only asshole, and they're kind of like they're making sure that Larry is bound and sort of just will shut up. And so Brianna
I'm gonna kneel down and get on their level. I'm just like, guys, you can ditch him and just bail, and nobody would know.
Except we've
I'll
all
even
got
cover your escape.
No, they still need money. The debt thing.
yeah. We have a
Okay,
debt
how much is the statue though? Why do we need the statue again?
because the cost of the statue will cover the cost of our ability to to pay it off or whatever, and it would leave us with some left over, and we would happily share a portion of that with you. Look, we got to pay. We got to do expenses, right? And then we got to pay this debt. It's 1,000
Sure,
gold.
so
We understand that
I-
Larry says.
I have two questions.
What?
One, did I have this mustache when you met me last night?
Yes.
Shit, why do I have a mustache? Okay, that's not the second question. Second question is, what are you? Are you like a troop of thieves or a circus? What's your deal?
We're a troop of.
Circus thieves?
Yeah, that's about the way I describe it. Brianna says.
So who's that?
I mean,
listen-
they did
you
fit
listen to
20
Larry,
of
not
them into a
Larry.
little bitty box. That's pretty circusy to me.
That was impressive. And you want to open a
Yeah.
flower shop? Sorry, third question.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I'm
my
not judging
mom
you. I'm just saying you don't want to be a circus thief anymore?
My mom had this dream of me working as a seamstress, but I really love flowers, and I want and there's just like this cute little place, out towards the edge of my village. I think it'd be great, but in order to get there, I have to pay off this debt because this guy over here actually got us into some trouble as I was trying to make some money to actually, and so it really is his fault. And even if I was to give him back to our, the guy that we owe money to, it's not going to work, right? We have to pay the money, otherwise we're.
But
What
then you're going
if-
to be a circus thief on the side.
So
What
Hold on,
if we
hold on.
get the statue,
Mhm.
but we
Hold on.
also give the guy Larry?
so who's this guy? Who owns the statue? What's going on?
So I don't know who owns the statue. I just know where it is. Larry had all the details, and he was kind of mums the word about everything. I don't even really. I don't know.
What a jerk.
The guy that we owe money to, he's this sort of gangster type, from that other city on the coast, and he's really. So I joined the circus thinking it was a circus, of smidgens, and turns out we were a smidgen, group of thieves, and then I got sucked into this life, and so I'm pretty good at it, right? I'm kind of nimble with my fingers and
Okay.
sneak into places, but
They always tell you to never trust somebody from Coastal City.
It's happening again, guys. Another idea. 19, like flock of smidgens. Do you gaggle? Squish? I don't know. Whatever you call yourself. Group of you.
You're being kind of a smidgenist.
I don't know what to call that many of you. I'm sorry. I usually just deal with you.
And whatever one I bring home.
Well, sometimes they're not smidgens. We just let you.
more than smidgens, that's for sure.
Do all of you not want to be circus thieves?
Yeah, we kind of want to get out of this life. Larry kind of tricked us.
Okay. Guys. Group huddle. Smidgens, stay there. What if we steal, and we're probably right next to the smidgens, they can hear this. What if we break in, steal the shit, give it all to them, and then we have 19 various smidgens in different trades all around that just send us letters when shit's going weird, or when there's jobs, or when they want a circus smidgen thief.
But they don't want to be smidgen thieves anymore.
Right, but they can be a florist who has their eyes open and tells us when there's cool shit happening, or stuff that you can steal. And he looks down at Betty.
I mean, besides me stealing shit, it's not like, we're bad people, ? We just drink a lot.
Debatable.
Look, some people have what they have get what they have coming to them. Like the dude that was strung up in the tree.
Yes.
And
Right.
he's probably burning alive in the forest fire right now.
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
hope so.
If we give them all the money, then what we have coming to us is 19 informants.
Should we leave Larry in place of the gold?
Yes.
Here's my idea.
Oh,
So we go to the guy that they owe money to,
Yeah.
right? But he has
Kill
no
him.
idea that the smidgens are in town. We just have Larry, and we make him pay an outrageous amount of money to us for Larry.
and then we also steal the thing.
Yes.
That's
I'm in.
double the reward. I like it.
I'm in.
High fives all
High
around.
five, everybody.
Pretty sure we could fit Larry in a backpack.
I
mean,
don't understand any of this. Just let me know who I have to stab.
That's the spirit.
At worst, it's Larry. At best, so many other people.
Yes.
And no, at best, it's so many other people and Larry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and look at the rest of the smidgens because I'm pretty sure they heard all of that.
That
They totally did.
I go to Brianna, like, are you okay with us doing that?
Well, what's the deal specifically? Let's be clear. I've had deals that come up before, and there's been
Okay.
problems. Why don't you
Okay,
tell us?
We take
Okay.
Larry off your hands,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
you will get gold and a statue at some point.
So we're gonna
Okay.
steal the statue, but we're also gonna exchange Larry for gold.
Like a ransom.
Yeah, kinda.
To the people you owe money to. He owes money to.
It's more like a bounty
Yeah.
than a ransom, but whatever.
And we get money, and you take Larry off our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a win-win for you.
In exchange, you just make sure you keep in touch from time to time.
Yeah. So you guys don't want to be circus thieves anymore, but you can tell us when stuff is happening
When some cool shit is going down.
because you know what to look for.
And I'll come visit you all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say with a wink to Brianna.
And done. And she raises her tiny little hand out to, I believe it's Dee that was talking to her, offering the deal.
I'll offer my finger.
She shakes it, and then she kind of looks over. She looks over at Betty and just kind of smiles a little bit, kind of shyly, and goes back to tell the rest of the rest of the smidgens what you decided to do.
Guys,
Now-
just so we're clear though, Larry's been conscious the whole time. So
Oh, sorry.
was
And I go and I like
No,
bash him on the head
oh.
real quick.
Oh,
all right. Well, that was just insult to injury at that point.
I mean,
What I meant
okay.
was
I didn't realize that he was.
you just kicked
I
him in the
thought-
balls. It doesn't knock you that. It might make you puke, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, have you ever been hit so hard that you just pass out?
no, not from that. Thank
Well,
God.
We
the head
gotta.
with the basketball
point,
once.
the point is now he knows the plan, so we definitely have to steal the thing first, and then go drop Larry off.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he smells like booze and he's unconscious. Who's gonna believe him?
Also, good point.
That's dark, Violet.
Is it though?
I love it.
Perfect. We have plans. Johnny, you look like you're going to say something at some point.
No, I'm having fun with this. So
So am I.
after you guys sort of have your little conversation and this exchange sort of goes back and forth, Brianna walks back up and says, "Okay, here's what I was able to glean from what Larry told us about the job. If you need to, you might have to wake him up, or you might be able to find some other information in town. We did really well at a tavern last night. There was a huge brawl. Not sure really what happened. Apparently, some patrons were thrown out, but we were actually in there and we heard some really good stuff. So if you need to, you might want to go back there. But here's what we know. There's this lockup in the center of town. It's protected by a couple of bumbling morons that would call themselves the Town Watch. Here's what you got to do. You got to go in and you got to get that statue and you got to bring it back. And don't leave any loose ends. Just kind of, tie it all up and bring it to him. Or there's going to be some trouble, right? These guys call the town, the Town Watch calls their brute squad. The brute squad gets together, they chase you. There's lots of running, and it's all tiring. So we're smidgens. We don't want to run. So it's in the lockup in the center.
I hear Brianna say that, and I quickly look over to Betty to see how she reacts.
I'm sorry, I half zoned out for a second.
So
Smidgens don't wanna run.
Brianna made the comment, "We're smidgens. We don't want to run." And so I kind of side glanced at you to see your reaction to that comment.
I mean, she's not wrong. We have tiny legs.
They get tired 3 times as fast.
Only when it comes to running. Other things, we got this.
Gross, Betty.
You're the one that took it that way.
Man, Johnny, it looks like whatever you're saying is super important.
Brianna looks at you guys and says, "So are we good?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Drunk
we're good.
guy. Wait, beat up the town guard, take the statue, don't leave any loose ends, sell Larry.
All right.
I like the sell Larry part the best.
All right.
I was winging that plan. I'm glad that worked.
We have direction. Let's go.
All right. So how are you guys going to do this?
Well, first of all, Brianna, if bandits come out of the forest that's on fire, you don't know us.
And you make sure you tell everybody they set it on fire.
Yes. Their cart careened off the road and exploded. You saw it with your own 19 sets of eyes.
Pretty sure there is a guy named Alan involved.
For
If
sure.
they need names.
There's an
Alan.
asshole named Alan.
Yeah.
Yep, he specifically started it.
He pissed off an ogre.
Brianna kind of looks between all of you, looking down at Betty, looking back up. All right. What does
Perfect.
that have to do with the old statue?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. We're gonna
go where your pretty little head.
Hang
tighten
tight.
this in the forests.
What?
So come find us when you're done.
Got it.
Okay.
And we
Good.
stroll into town.
So Frontier is really a shit show. It is just a grimy sort of coastal town that is, maybe 50 structures. There's a little, marketplace, and towards the center of town is the guardhouse that Brianna described. It's a 2-story affair. The main levels, appear to be sort of just kind of laid out in a sort of a square fashion, and the second story appears to be, a little bit smaller and have one room to the side. There are some windows on the front of it and a door. You case it around, you see that there's another door to the back, and that there are a couple of windows on the second story.
Are there any people out, like any guards outside?
No.
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon.
Guys, I have an idea.
There's a lot. By the way, there's a lot of talk in the town about this weird forest fire that's going on in the distance and what they're going to have to do about it. Plume of smoke can be beautifully seen, sort of in the distance.
I
So
say,
have they actually started doing anything about it yet?
Nope.
I say
Okay.
we find whoever it is that guards this place,
Mhm.
and we tell them
Yeah.
that bandits are on their way here, and that they're the ones that set the forest fire, and that they need to get to the gates to help guard things. So then maybe there'll be less people here because they'll be over there.
I like that idea.
Backup plan, just in case.
Uh-huh.
Betty,
Yes.
what's the under over on a good tuck and roll? You got a good tuck and roll?
I got a good tuck and roll.
Perfect. Violet, can you give us a fastball special?
I mean, this isn't usually the place for that sort of thing.
Gross. No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just throw her up in the air to the second story.
I thought you were talking. Never mind.
Ew. No.
Ladies, get it together.
God.
Okay, so we have a plan.
We have 2 plans.
We have a backup plan.
Yeah. It's the most plans we've ever had at one time.
100%
Oh
extra
my
points.
god.
Yeah. You've been flying
so
by
what's-
the seat of Dick's pants all day.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Yep.
I put my own clothes back on. I'm feeling much better about myself.
was
The D
any
was
of
in
what-
the Dick's pants the whole
Yeah.
time.
Mike, you deserve inspiration for that. That was perfect.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Atta boy.
Oh,
What I want to know is,
I'll take it.
did Dick have crabs, and are you okay?
Dick's last resort, for sure.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, there, D.
Why
And
would
you can
ask
blame
that?
Ryan number 2.
Oh, good. I'm number
Why,
2.
why would you? Oh, Betty. Why?
Perfect.
8.
Your pants are a little itchy.
We've all had it.
Look,
All right,
I
guys,
didn't
Sebastian, it's like a literal crab. You're in a seaside town.
So we've been here before at some point in one of our vendors.
You've been
So
thrown out of this town. You've been in this particular brig before. After the fact, you begin to remember things about it.
so do these town watch guys have like a set uniform or something?
No,
No.
they wear their plain clothes. This village is this town is basically small enough that you know that it's just a couple of people kind of managing this thing.
I mean, should we just try the door first?
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna ask them a question, right? We're gonna tell them to whatever.
Yeah. So Violet walks up to the door and just kind of gives it a, couple of knocks and tries to open it.
You knock and you open the door and it kind of squeals on its hinges, and you see a young, starry-eyed looking guy, very brash and sort of like enthusiastic and sort of really hey, what can we do for you?
Hello, is this where the town watch is?
Yeah, this is What can we do for you? My name's Sam. I represent the town watch. What's going on?
Well, I'm not really sure how to tell you this, but I think bandits are coming to attack. Are you the right person to tell? Are we in the right place?
And you hear from the back, what's that? And another young guy kind of comes out, but he looks, he's not sort of clean cut and starry eyed. He's more, kind of, gruff looking, and he just kind of steps up. What's this going on? Hey, Francis, this guy, or this girl, this lady over here, this dwarf, she says there's bandits coming to town. Francis kind of steps up and says, we've had this before. This Sam is new. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, my friends and I, we were coming to the town, and the forest caught fire, and we saw bandits. They came running out, talking about how they were going to come here next and do the same thing.
Okay.
They weren't that far behind us.
Really? Well, the boss is away right now. I'm not really sure that we should be doing this, but that does sound bad.
No, they sounded super serious. You guys should really go take care of it.
Maybe you'll get promoted
I'm
because
super
you took
serious,
matters into
guys.
your own hands and you did something awesome for the town.
They kind of look at each other. They're kind of, they're hesitant. And Sam's like, yeah, come on, we got to go. And Francis is just like, yeah, I don't know. And I think you're going to
Come on, Francis, show us how real cops act.
Oh.
Maybe you can
Is that
make
a persuasion or an intimidation roll that you're making there?
What?
Is that a persuasion or an intimidation roll that
Oh,
you're trying
persuasion, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that. 14.
Francis kind of looks at you, looks back at Sam, looks at you.
If I need to flutter my eyelids a little bit, I will.
He's like, Are you really sure that they're going to be there, right? They're
They
coming.
definitely said they were hitting uptown next.
And he
And
just
some of
like,
them are still carrying torches.
all right. I'm going to have to ask you folks to leave. Sam, grab your sword. Let's go. And you see Sam just gets up enthusiastic, like, oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's go. And he you see that Francis is kind of like motioning the four of you just to head out onto the street, and you get sort of pushed out, and then Sam and Francis kind of step out, and Sam just being a big man, feeling like he's got a lot of authority, has a ring of keys that he just kind of slides one key into the door, and you hear the big clunk of a lock as he turns the tumbler or the word on the lock and just kind of locks it into place. And he's like, well, thanks folks. We're gonna take care of that. If you see the sheriff, you let him know. Okay. Thank you for the, and they both, kind of make their way towards the entrance of town that you just come through.
Go get them, boys.
The
And then
minute
I'm gonna
they're
turn to Betty and be like, "You ready to go to second floor?"
I'll say, yeah, the minute they're out of sight, both thieves' tools are out, and I'm trying to pick that lock to get in.
In broad daylight.
Betty, people can still see you.
I can't believe that worked.
Well, then, shite.
See, I have good ideas too sometimes, Hannah.
Pretty sure that was Violet's idea.
Yeah.
No, part of that was my idea.
And,
No, it wasn't your idea. You just followed it through.
I helped.
And I was here too.
you're
Speaking of
doing your best.
Speaking of ideas, and then Violet grabs Betty, and with my crit, I just lob her up.
Ah! Yes.
I tuck and roll. Woo!
So let me ask you, what is the actual intent of this particular stuff? Are you throwing her up to the second story so that she can hang onto a ledge and just, wing it?
Yeah, my goal is to go into the building.
Well, it's like window.
If the angle's appropriate for it, then up and over. But if not, at least to the distance of up there.
Well, you were able to get her up on that sort of like the window ledge, and just she's able to kind of, with that crit, I'm just going to say that this happens in one fell swoop. You throw her up, she slips the window open because it's actually unlocked, and she slips in.
Yeah.
Cool. Then yeah,
Awesome.
I will. And no one else is in this building.
Not that you're aware of this. So as you kind of slip into the second story, you see that it's an office setting, and that there is a stairway leading down, and that there is a door at the bottom of those stairs. Around this room is sort of arrayed a desk and a chair and a couple of lock boxes. There's a couple of of like chests. There's one cabinet, and it looks like the office of the sheriff. There's a wanted poster on one side, sort of posted on the wall. You see a couple of swords that are hanging from the wall as well, and sort of like a display of available weapons kind of a thing. But otherwise, nothing seems obvious to you that looks like a golden statue.
Cool. And it's only the stairs down and then leading to a door, right? That's the only entrance in and out besides the window I came from.
That's correct.
Right, cool. Yeah, then I'm gonna first make my. I'm the bane. Should I go and let everyone else in, or just start opening up boxes and shit? That's what it comes down to.
Less people are easier to hide.
That's what I'm thinking. But more people can make finding things a lot easier.
There's that too.
Did you say there was a back door?
No,
There
just
was
There
on
what?
the bottom floor.
Oh, there's a back door that they could have gone through.
On the bottom floor.
Oh, fuck us.
Guys, I'm gonna go around in the back.
I just wanted to toss you through a window.
I mean, trust me,
Granted.
Betty enjoyed being tossed up and tossed around.
I bet you did.
She usually does.
Can I guess investigation and see if there's looks like anything's hidden in this room?
Sure.
Cool. I get a +6 in that. Hopefully I roll good. That's a 22.
Wow. Yeah. So no, there's nothing hidden in the room. It's basically your average sort of like law enforcement sort of establishment that you would see in this kind of a place. I mean, you've been in enough of them. You've been in the cells. You even seem to have a faint remembering, of being downstairs in one of the two cells that is downstairs.
Fair.
But you do see the various sort of chests, and there's the locked cabinet, off to the side. And looking at them and sort of judging them, you realize that one of the chests is a little bit more heavily, like it's more finely made and more, it's designed to be more rugged and be tougher to sort of break into.
Mhm.
And as you're kind of examining it, you realize that it's got a really complex sort of lock, in place for it. And as you try to get it, it's just kind of, it's nailed. It's in place, and the lid does not move at all on this lockbox.
Cool. So I'm gonna do. It's two things. One is I'm gonna since I'm assuming there's a desk, I want to see if any of the drawers have a key in it.
So as you're with that roll, you're just kind of you're kind of moving through. No, there doesn't appear to be any type of a key in there.
Well, then
But as you're kind of ruffling through, you come to a bottom drawer and you find what looks at first to be like a dagger, just sort of like there, kind of in the bottom of the drawer. But as you kind of dig into it, or you kind of grab it and you bring it out, and you realize that it's actually not a dagger, but it's the hilt of a broken sword, and the blade is sort of halfway broken. Just in a way, but the blade itself looks like it's being worked to be reshaped into a dagger blade of some kind.
Well, I'm taking that.
Okay,
that's a thing that's happening. If you're going to give a description of it, I'm taking it.
Okay.
So it's like it used to be a sword and it's just been remolded to a dagger, essentially.
It's being reworked. It's being reworked and reshaped. And you see that there's a little bit of a clumsy effort to it, but at the same time, it's just it looks like a project, maybe that the sheriff is working on, but he stores it in there, and it's just this sort of. It's definitely a hilt of actually a long sword, right? That's kind of just being reshaped. So the blade itself, that's snapped, is being reshaped into what would be more like a dagger, and you can see that there appears to be some effort to kind of reshape it, and it's almost like it's very tough steel kind of a thing.
Yeah, it is coming with me.
Okay,
it's happening. And the second thing is, since I don't see a key, I'm thieves tooling this bitch up and trying to open this chest.
Okay.
17.
So you start to kind of jiggle the lock a little bit, and you're using your tools and being incredibly delicate with the mechanism inside, and you can feel the type of lock that it is. It's more than just a ward lock. There are definitely tumblers in there that you need to just kind of turn, multiple tumblers you need to turn. But as you're kind of tweaking it, and you almost feel like you've got it, and then one of your tools snaps.
I thought about using my fucking crit on that too, and I didn't.
Okay, so as you're doing that, the rest of you outside, do you see that there's a fair bit of commotion going on about the fire going on in the distance, as you see a rather gruff sort of, older gentleman kind of making his way in your general direction. He's brandishing a big sword, and he looks just really sad and sort of tired and just done with his job. And he's got this big sort of bristling black beard that that just kind of flows down his chest. And he's walking up. He's kind of stomping his way, but you see him sort of staring at the fire in the distance as he makes his way towards the front of the lockup.
I go running up to him in a panic.
Gods, what can I do for you?
Are you the sheriff?
Yes, that's me. I am the sheriff.
I saw a couple of your men go running off. They seem very panicked. Something about bandits and a fire?
What? Yeah, I see the fire, but they're supposed to be here manning this. Did they really run off?
Yes, they seem very concerned. They asked us if you came by that they were up at guarding the gates, or I don't know, something about bandits.
Yeah, they said if we saw you to send you there immediately.
Ah, those idiots! I better go figure out what's going on. They need to be manning their station. We're sitting at a party to take care of shoring up for the fire. All right, thank you very much. And he begins to sort of stomp off towards the direction, and you hear him sort of grumbling, just just cursing Sam and Francis's name.
This is like 2 out of 2.
And so we're going to cut back to Betty, who's
think we have
upstairs,
much
just
time.
kind of dealing with the lock. Betty, what do you want to do?
Well, shit, my tools broke.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Doesn't have a spare. God.
I'm sorry that I don't carry multiple sets of tools on me.
No, you played Skyrim before.
Damn.
That hurts. That one actually hurts.
Good.
How big is this chest?
bigger than yours.
Sorry, it's about the size of a smidgen.
Oh, that says. So I'm guessing it's too big or heavy for me to try to lift up. Right? I assume. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like I didn't hear a comment. I'm like, what's okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I muted it again, so it's okay.
Well, shit. I was going to toss it out the window. Cool. Then I will quickly try to go downstairs.
Okay.
See if I can find the. Hope that no one's down there, and if not, find the back door.
Okay.
And get someone stronger than me to come help either carry this chest out or pop it open.
All right. So you
That's the long-term goal.
you make your way down the stairs, open the door up. There's nobody in the downstairs. You see the 2 cells that are empty.
That's good.
Back door, and you open it up, and there's Hannah, Violet, and Dee.
Cool. I tell them, like, guys, there's a chest that looks pretty important. I tried to pick the lock, and I fucked it up.
What do you mean you fucked it up? Here, let's get inside. Go. Shut the door.
All right.
So
What'd you do?
What's wrong? I show her my broken tools. Be like, I broke it.
Oh my god. Why didn't you bring us in sooner? And I take them from Betty's hand and I cast Mending.
Nice.
And I
Thank
put it
you.
back.
Link it just to make so I can make sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, link it in the thing.
There you go.
All right, no problem. Sure, absolutely. It mends them.
Cool. And I guess when we go back, when we go back up, I'll use the crit I have and pick this lock.
There you go.
All right. You pop it open. After a little bit of finagling, you remember exactly what you did. Bring the tension that was on one of the tumblers that you just had to worry about a little bit more, and you ease off just a little bit so your tool almost snaps, but doesn't snap, and pops back into place. And the chest just pops open.
And I get hit with fireball.
No.
There was
And as it does, you see that there is a golden statue just sort of inside, along with a couple of different items, some gems, and some papers.
The gems are going in my pocket, and I'm just taking the statue and going, yep.
So as you grab for the statue, you all of a sudden feel in your bones just this throbbing, like sort of like vibration going through you. And for all of you, I need you to
roll a what?
A Constitution check.
Who now?
Okay.
Everyone?
Everyone in the room.
Check or save? You said check.
Save.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah!
going to
Really?
+0.
Really?
Hey,
Goddamn.
Dude.
I wanted to carry this damn thing out in a freaking chest.
So,
Okay.
Me and Violet are fucked.
So, Violet, Betty. So the vibration, this actually works out really well since Betty rolled with a 2. The vibration just kind of rattles your bones as it's just going. And what you hear beyond that is this loud sort of blaring sort of wah, 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 wah. And for Violet as well, it's just so loud, you kind of just are disoriented, and you just kind of, drop to the ground, just dazed for a second. And for Dee and for Hannah, this sound is incredibly loud, but you're able to just sort of just shrug it off for a second and realize that both of your companions are just, just kind of caught. They're basically prone for the next couple of seconds as they're dealing with this just ultimate evil sound that's just sort of coming from the statue.
Who wards a lockbox in a shithole like Frontier?
Towards the
Someone
statue.
stab my eardrums out, please.
I don't know how to stop it.
Put it back in the box.
It's in my shirt already.
I take Betty and put Betty in the box and then close the box. Does it?
Wait,
Does,
you take the box
yeah.
with Betty.
Yeah.
No, it takes this Betty
So
with the statue.
Betty
in the
took
shirt
the
and
statue
Betty
and put it in
the
her shirt.
box.
I take
That's
Betty
not-
and put it in the box, and then close the box, and then start to carry the box out.
Did it work?
Nobody puts Betty in a box.
Odie, give me a safe word first.
Oh, crabs.
No, I'm in the. As soon as I can start talking again, I'm in the box yelling, "Bananas! Bananas! Let me out!"
You're fine. You be quiet. Stealth mission.
Shut up, Larry.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So
I will beat you with the statue.
You hear a click.
Yes.
So let me see if I understand this right. Hannah grabs Betty, throws her in the box, closes the box.
Yeah.
All right. Betty, you still have the thing on you and you're still actually touching it, right?
It's in her shirt.
Technically, yes.
All right. I'm just going to be clear about this as I say what happens next. Hannah, as you throw her into the box and close the lid, it clicks. You can hear the faint sound of it going roar, roar, roar in the distance, or what it sounds like in the distance, but it's actually just coming from the box. It must be that it's not completely gone. The box is now locked. On top of that, Violet kind of just shakes it off and just kind of steps up and just kind of looks around, and it is back to normal.
Meanwhile, I'm going deaf.
Hold on, I'm getting to that. In the distance, you hear calls and yells, "The alarm went up! The alarm went up! Get back to the office! Get back to the lockup!" And coming from the general direction of the gate that you guys had sent all three, the sheriff and his two deputies, basically to. For Betty, I'm gonna need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
I got a 10 this time.
Better.
You shrug it off, and you don't take any damage whatsoever. However, you do feel like you're going deaf at this point.
As much as I can, as far as I can throw the statue away from me inside this box. Thankfully,
Okay.
it's small. I am throwing it.
Okay, so as you do, it just like it hits the other side and kind of like lands, and just like is seated on the other side of the box, and you're just kind of just holding your head and just sobbing a little bit because it's so intense and there's so much pain, but the sound has finally gone.
You guys hear the inside, like outside, other than the womp womp. You guys hear.
And so the sound has stopped. The alarm sound has stopped. You outside of the box, and it just you just hear the sobbing.
How heavy is this box?
It's a decent sized lockbox, about the size of a smidgen, so probably about 3 feet in length.
Please just let me out.
It's a box, so I'd say it's probably somewhere between 40 and 50 pounds.
Okay, so it's totally something that Hannah could carry.
Yeah, with some effort, Violet would probably be the better person to carry it, but
Right.
that's just.
So we need to hurry up and leave. I think somebody stands behind and tries to throw them in another direction. Say that you saw somebody run out of here with something.
Okay, I have a plan. I can make myself go magically very fast. But only me. So
Okay.
I take the box, run back to the other people, they unlock it, we get Betty out. Bibbity boobity bop, problem solved.
No time to argue. Let's go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I immediately cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. And
Nice.
for my action, I dash, and then for my bonus action, I dash until I'm out of this fucking town.
With the box?
Yeah, with the box.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you bolt and you're gone. Which direction do you go, by the way?
I go out of the back door, right? Because they're coming. I assume they're going to come to the front door, and then whatever is the fastest way out of town, probably to like the back wall, and I find like a hole in this shitty pigsty of a town.
All right. You bump. You go out the back door. You see them sort of walking this direction. You're walking back towards the front of the lockup. but you just kind of bolt out and you continue moving forward. You're dashing. You're gone. You are up and over the wall, and you're just out. And you're slowly making your way as the spell sort of wears off. You're slowly making your way back towards the location where Brianna is waiting for the rest of you. What are you two doing? So we got Violet and D still stuck there.
So, yeah. So how close do we even know where they are at this point? Like, can we see them?
The guards.
The guards.
You can see them coming towards you out the window. They're running towards the guardhouse.
Okay.
Okay, what if...
Do we have enough time to run out the back before they run in the front? That is the question.
It's going to require some dexterity checks unless you've got something that helps modify your speed.
I have the opposite of that. I am a dwarf.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, actually, I could use maybe my action surge, bonus action, stuff like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Helps make up extra speed.
Okay. What about D?
Shit. Oh, boy. I also have an idea. Because I don't have anything. I don't have anything that helps me with speed, but I do have something else. Can I step to a window and use thaumaturgy to? Basically, I'm going to. What's the word? I'm going to copy the sound of the alarm and make it sound like it's coming from somewhere else.
Okay.
Wouldn't they see you in the window?
No, I'm at the back.
Which direction?
Let's see. If I'm looking out the back of the building, I want them to go like past this building. So I want them to go. I mean, I don't know which direction that is. So I want to. If they're looking at the building, I want to go further. So to the right of the building.
Okay.
Maybe like in the trees or something behind.
Okay. All right. So you do that, and the alarm sound begins to start again. And there you hear from the front of the building, "What the hell?" And the three of them make their way just towards the side of the building, and then around towards the back as the alarm sound keeps going, giving you a moment to do what?
Run out the front door. If all three of them left, I'm running out the front.
All right. The two of you make your way out in your various ways. The alarm is still going off, and I assume you head back towards the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do that, you hear the commotion just going off, and then you hear it stop as the spell runs out. And you're just sort of walking past through the gate, kind of looking around at some bystanders who are staring at you, kind of staring back there and staring at you and shaking their heads as you hear just a commotion of yelling and screaming as the sheriff is yelling at Francis and Sam. You guys slowly make your way back to, and we're going to cut back to Brianna unlocking the chest while the two of you are showing up, and Hannah just sort of standing there, popping the chest open and letting Betty out.
I jump out, and first I give Hannah a dirty look for throwing me in there. And then I go and hug Brianna because I know she's going to let me out.
And she gives you this long hug, and it's a little bit longer than, it's longer. It's as long as you're typically used to, but longer than you were expecting from her. And then she kind of lets you go, and she looks up at the rest of you and says, "Thank you. Can you put Larry in there for us? And we'll figure out how to do the rest. Just stick him in there with that thing. We'll take care of this."
No, we're going to turn Larry in.
No, we're going to use Larry. Remember, we're going to get more gold from the guy that wants him.
I understand that. It's here, and she hands over a sizable, gold. I've been holding on to this. We can take care of the rest of this. Here, just take this gold. We can take care of this.
Okay, cool. Here, then, first of all, and Hannah reaches down and, like, picks Betty up against her will. And then, like, squeezes, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then puts you back down. And then picks up Larry. And then, like, I think it was like a toy doll. Like, pulls his shirt up and then places him skin side down on the statue in the box. And then closes it.
Yes.
Click. The alarm's going off, and you hear screaming coming from the box as well. And I'm just gonna say that was a dick move. I love it.
Nice.
It was
Fuck
the
that guy.
best move ever.
Larry was a shit.
He was.
And the arrangements, the arrangements that you make with Brianna and the other smidgens are valid. You exchange information about where you'll find them next, and you leave them sort of standing there as you begin to make your way back home towards the coastal city of Palisade. As you're kind of counting the gold bag or the bag of gold that she gives you, you find that there's actually some pieces of platinum in there as well, and what ends up being about 1,000 gold pieces worth of value.
Wow.
So the amount of money that they owed people, she had on her.
Yes, she did. She's quite a little manipulator in the situation. So
You know what? It got Larry off her hands. I'm okay.
Perfect. That was cool. Now I kind of want to read Dungeon Rats. I mean, Rat Queens.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
Oh God.
We are not done yet.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
God.
There are two unresolved elements of this. Can anybody think of what those two unresolved elements
The
are?
fire.
The guy that we kidnapped and the bandits.
No. Nope. There's still two unresolved things. It's two things that you guys contain. I'll let you guess, and then we'll get there.
One, why does Hannah have a mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's all I got.
That's all I got. I have a mustache.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't remember a ring?
Oh, I do. I have a ring on my
oh, the
finger.
emerald ring.
I have
Yeah.
a ring on my finger.
Why do
The
I have a
familiar
mustache?
Palisade beckon you home. Its uneven perimeter wall, its rancid cabbage smell, and its appalling attempts at architecture. Yes, it's good to be back. As you navigate the bumpy, seldom repaired road into town, you see 4 people walking through the front gates and taking up standing positions alongside it as though waiting for your arrival. As a matter of small interest, they are armed and armored, and that's likely just coincidental. As you hear, a snotty-looking aristocrat steps forward from the group of stuffy fake knights. Should I kill you now, or should I wait for the trial and kill you after? So, it's not a coincidence after all. Thanks to a proper fellow by the name of Gary, we knew you were on your way back. Best keep this unfortunate business outside of town, yes? You vaguely remember this man, or at least you remember someone's fist connecting with a face at some point between this moment and the black hole fugue that is your memory of the previous night. Excuse me. I want my ring back. You can hand it over now, or I can take it back from your bloated carcasses. Your choice. And don't bother running like cowards. This time we finish it. Today.
Are you calling us fat?
First of all, I would make a beautiful corpse.
Please, I think he called us fat.
Have you seen me? I have a 12 charisma
And a beautiful mustache.
and a majestic
And a mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
You would like it back. And as you look over at one of the fake knights, Thomas, you just see his, he's got like this sort of bare lip where he's like, there's like white, and then his otherwise sort of grizzly and sort of, well maintained, but black.
How did your mustache end up on her?
I believe there were drinks and betting involved, and I lost.
That doesn't answer.
Then
the
it's my
question.
mustache.
And you rock it, girl.
How did it
Thank
get
you.
on? How does it stay on so good?
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, all we know is that you must have kept that thing in pristine condition because it is shiny and silky and
It really works.
It was all
It
the
does.
beer I put in it.
Mm. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Okay, so there's allegedly a ring missing, and
Okay.
someone wants a mustache back. How do we work this out?
I don't
If
know.
I
heard
give
that
you
they
your
lost a bet to
mustache,
us.
that's true. If I give you your mustache back, what do I get?
You wave with your life.
You lost your mustache. That's not my fault. That's a
But
bet
you-
fair
were,
and square.
okay, if
Right,
you were
like-
betting, then yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
shit out of luck.
You lost a mustache fair and square.
Yeah.
I guess I can grow it back. And he kind of rubs it, but he realizes that the skin is really smooth. It's been a couple of days.
I'm just saying. I'm willing to part with this majestic mustache that I've so carefully manicured and oiled with beer. I'm just saying, what do I get?
And looks at you shrewdly. Your life.
No, I have that already.
Blade comes out, and the guy, the pompous sort of noble, kind of steps up and says, "Hold on, one thing at a time.
Thank you.
My ring, please."
Is he motioning at someone in particular?
No, he looks at the four of you. He doesn't know.
How did you allegedly lose your
Hold on.
ring?
What does it look like?
Do I recognize him in terms of his nobility?
Yes, his name is Sir Dandelion. He is a
Perfect.
flouty noble from around Palisade. He tends to flout his money and buy powerful friends, but otherwise is kind of a dandy and just not very, very smart or capable of much.
So Violet would kind of step forward. God, I don't even think we have a family name for her, but my name is Violet, and my father is
So and so.
Yeah.
So and so.
Plum. I don't think the other nobles. Actually, I think they would love to hear the fact that Sir Dandy over here lost a bet to a couple of lowlifes, and that he had to come begging for his belongings back. What would the wife think, I wonder? What was her name again? I think her and my mother were just great friends.
The House of Lavender will not tolerate this. We will not have our names disparaged. You're the one who stole my ring. Just give it to me and we will be done.
Sir, moments ago you said you lost it to us in a bet.
No, that was his mustache.
So how did you lose your ring?
There was a fight. I'm not sure. One of you stole it. You started it when you took his mustache.
So I just hear a lot of blame throwing over here.
So here's what I'm getting, right? And I don't know. I'm a smart girl. We were betting. I won. You bet your mustache, which was a mistake. I now won your mustache. You tried to fight us to get your mustache back. You got beaten by girls, and then we took your ring because we beat you. Is that what happened?
A lot of them would be really good for them to know that the House of Lavender, the head of them, their strong figure, lost to a group of girls.
He looks at you, looks at Hannah, looks at Betty, looks at Dee, and he says, "I'm not buying it. Give me my ring back."
Well, you're not the one that needs to buy it.
Yeah.
It's the rest of the nobles.
Give me an intimidation check.
Shit.
I'm so charismatic, guys.
Courtney, give him your crit.
Is that an 8?
Yep.
Can I?
An 8. I do
Can
not.
I give him a crit before you announce that whether or not
Sure.
that passes?
It's the end of the game. Sure.
Done.
Nat 20.
You critted the fuck out of that intimidation check, boy. Girl. You're a scary
All right.
bitch.
He kind of looks. All right, what do you want? I just want my ring back.
And we just want you to go away. Forget about the ring. Go get a new one. You can afford it.
It's been in my family for 3 generations.
Sounds like it's time for it to get polished at the jeweler.
Betty feels a little bad about that.
How about...
He begins to turn. I'll remember this. Violet of House Plum.
Plum, I thought your last name was Beauregard.
Get wrecked. That was good.
I haven't had a good quip yet. I had to throw that in there before the game ended.
That was good.
And he begins to turn. I'll
Well, it's
remember.
not the first time I've gotten on the bad side of a noble. Happens with my parents every other week.
And Sir Dandelion spins and turns and moves his way back into the city proper. 2 of the other knights move back in, but the mustache missing individual steps closer to Hannah, looks at her, and as you get close, you can see that there is an angry wound that has just sort of like festered a little bit. Where he was rubbing, where you thought he was rubbing to about growing it back, there's actually a little bit of a nastiness going on. And he looks at you and he says, "Listen, you owe me 500 gold pieces for that wagon of mine that you stole, those horses, and all of that ale I was delivering."
Oh shit.
He leans in, he looks at you, and he says, "And I want my goddamn mustache back, if you please."
I'm gonna lean over to Betty and I'm gonna whisper, "I didn't think that was our wagon."
She leans in and says, "The mustache for the wagon."
Oh.
And he looks at you sort of shocked and like, and he's horrified, and he agrees.
And she grabs him on both sides of the face and then plants one on him, and then pulls back, and the mustache is on his face again.
Wow.
He's like, "Don't
Nice.
tell anybody about this." And he
See
just
ya.
turns.
Oh,
And so
no.
the 4 of you are there standing at the gates of Palisade, that shit show of a town that you love so much.
Hold on. So Violet sees this and is just like in awe and just like not even saying anything, walks over to Hannah and just plants one on her and then like pulls back and like checks and the beard's still like on her face.
Hey, is this what we're doing now?
I do declare.
And so you guys,
Here's Betty with the thing. She's like, "Is this what we're doing now?" I'm gonna step away from Betty.
well, do you hear the familiar call of a local tavern that you all love to frequent? And you hear the song coming from one of your favorite bards as the 4 of you just stroll into Palisades to spend that fat amount of gold that you just earned. And that's where we'll end it.
Perfect. That was
This
dope.
is how
Well
the next
done.
one's
That was pretty
begin.
good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out this Rat Queens comic book, guys. If you haven't seen the Rat Queens, it's a comic book that you can buy online. They have it on like Comixology, and you can buy the physical copies as well. I think they have some on Amazon and shit like that too. Go check them out. I've seen the artwork; it looks pretty dope. Big fan. And this game was fun. And if the actual characters are anything like this, or at least half as funny as this, 100% worth checking out the comics.
I feel like
I'm
this
a little
needs to be
surprised at how well you guys actually embodied those characters. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be a part 2 to this for your next year.
Yeah, could do it. So with that, guys, we will wrap up our 12-hour charity stream. Holy shit, Jack. God damn it. Okay, let's support a great cause together. Also, crit fails for everyone. Too bad we ended the game. I appreciate it, Jack, but that is $475 for the ALS charity. Like I said, guys, this is a charity that's close to home. Mike just popped in here for a second. The reason he has been absent from today's stream and absent from the chat in general is because his family's here for the weekend, and we are doing an ALS walk tomorrow. Because, as I said, Unfortunately, Mike lost his dad a few months ago to Lou Gehrig's disease, and that is what this is for. Typically, our donations go to help sick kids. This time, it goes to a cause that is close to home, and it goes to help fund research and to find the cure for Lou Gehrig's disease. And I can't thank you guys enough. $475 is a huge amount of money. All of this is going to Mike's team, Team Buckmaster on the ALS Association's Walk for Rhode Island. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I really appreciate all the DMs. This came up super last minute. I pulled together this entire 12-hour stream in the last 3 days. Thank you to all the players. Thank you to all the GMs for hanging out. Thank you for the entire chat that was here the entire day, having a good-ass time. Thank you for all those follows, subs, all that cool stuff. And with that, let's go around to our final cast and crew, hear what you guys thought about today's this one-shot, and we'll get the hell out of here and host someone else. So we'll start with Johnny. Johnny, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to streaming. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of your first module and your first module of D&D, I guess, right? And the Rat Queens.
So Video Store Cowboy everywhere except Twitter. We're in Video Store Cowboy. Thanks for the welcome back. Glad D&D was actually a really interesting choice to come back to because I've never actually run it on stream before. This was a phenomenal choice for this particular cast and for the, sort of just the shit show that typically happens on this channel whenever we run one shots together. I had a really great time. Like I said, I think you guys embodied the fuck out of the Rat Queens. I would actually love to see more of this at some point, just because it was amazingly entertaining.
That was pretty fun.
It was also, as I was making comments to Mike privately, it was the first time that we ever actually ended on time. Basically, this is a module. This is a module written by Curtis Weeb, the writer and creator of the Rat Queens. It seems perfectly balanced for running for 3 hours. So if you want a short adventure to run, it's perfect. We fucked it up all over the place. You guys were going in directions that I didn't even fucking know was going to happen. So I was pulling shit out of my ass. But the adventure is written in such a way that's perfect. So, and the preaching characters are also pretty phenomenally well built. So it was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Really
Sweet.
Appreciate it. And congratulations on raising the money.
Thank you. I mean, not thank me, but thank everybody, I guess, really. Let's jump over to O'Day. O'Day, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this one shot?
So guys, yeah, I'm O'Day. I run Caution Nerds, a Twitch page that does mostly D&D, 4 nights a week. You can find me on all the other social medias using the moniker Caution Nerds, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I don't use it. It's there. But I had a blast playing this, mainly because I never get to be a player. I'm a DM in 4 or 5 games, and
You played in the campaign for 2 years. Shut up.
But and that's over. But I'm saying, as a whole, I'm a DM all the time, so it's being a character again is always refreshing, and I loved it, every moment of it.
Sweet. Let's jump right over to the person you torture on a weekly basis. Courtney, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this fun one shot?
So I'm Courtney Elias. You can find me here on Twitch and Twitter at Courtney Elias. O'Day, it was neat to actually be a player with you and not hate you.
True.
Wait, you hated me? That's all.
Oh, don't give me that shit. You hated my character too.
No. I didn't hate Anonymous until the last episode.
Fair.
Then I hated her.
And now I'm in. So O'Day runs how many games a week? 4?
On Twitch I run 4.
And I'm in all 4 of them.
It's too much.
So, yeah. So I get to torture O'Day as a player. It's super awesome. I stream a couple times a week. Did you just flip me off, bitch? I stream a couple times a week to my channel. I just kind of fuck off and play video games and whatever. And then the rest of the week, Wednesday through Sunday, I play D&D. Not a bad way to do it.
Hell yeah. Cool. Let's jump right over to Ryan. Ryan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of today's one shot?
Yeah, I'm Ryan, aka Rydom. You guys can find me on Twitter. I help out around with unMadeGaming. So actually, in fact, we're doing a community movie night, which we do every Sunday. So if you're not already in our Discord, definitely hop in there. Not only do we talk a lot about just various things in general, a lot of tabletop talk, video game talk, movie talk even. So definitely hop in there, check it out. Join us tomorrow night for the movie. We'll be announcing what that will be in the morning. And yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Because, you know, when don't I get to do something really random with these characters? Last time it was Sal, now it's a girl named Violet.
And you didn't die once.
I didn't. And I even took a hit.
I know.
I know. It's amazing.
You
I
even
gave
hit
a hit.
back.
I took a hit. It's good times.
One hit of the game. One fucking hit on you guys. And you guys get one fucking fight or one real fight. It was ridiculous.
You're welcome.
Yep.
That was
Perfect.
awesome.
Like I said, thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks to everyone on the cast and all the people that hung out and donated and all that fun stuff. We're going to go raid Arvin Elrond. That is a great cast of voice actors. They're currently playing some Curse of Strahd, a game near and dear to my heart. It's my first real big module that I ran. So go check those guys. Give them all your hot sticky raid love. And yeah, I think that's it, man. From all of us to you guys. Bye-bye.